HCN Sports presents the High School Game of the Week, featuring the best in local prep sports from around the county. Brought to you by Harford Cable Network, your county connection.
Well, welcome to High School Sports on the Harford Cable Network. I'm Don Morrison. My extreme pleasure to be at Aberdeen High School tonight. It's the beginning of the second season. Yes, the playoffs are here, and it's a wonderful playoff game to start the 2A North region because it's two local teams. It's Aberdeen versus Edgewood, again, a neighborhood rivalry. Teams that know each other well, teams that respect each other, but both teams knowing that they lose today and their season is over. Jim Lamb, who's the assistant coach for Edgewood. Jim, now you played Aberdeen earlier in the year. Tough ball game right here on this field, losing 26-22. That was a good game.
It was a great game. Both teams played well. You had some great efforts by some individuals, but the difference is second half, Aberdeen turned the ball over and put it in the hands of Aaron Henderson, running, throwing, calling his own plays, just about doing everything, and he pulled it out for him. A great effort.
You mentioned Aaron Henderson, and here's a guy that is just, we call him the X Factor. He can do so many things. How do you combat a guy like that? What do you do? How do you slow him down?
Well, you hope he gets the wrong site for the game and goes to Havre de Grace instead of showing up here.
It didn't work.
Bottom line, if Aaron plays to the level he's capable of, you really can't stop him. You hope that you maybe negate some of the other players around him, that you maybe minimize the big plays, the opportunity for big plays, but you just kind of hold your breath for 4 quarters.
Well, and they have a big line. They also have good running backs in Stokes.
They have a good ball club top to bottom. Not a lot of weaknesses. They can throw deep. They can run the ball. Defensively, they can shut you down. They're a very, very good ball club.
Seemed to be peaking also at the end of the year. We saw the game last week against Havre de Grace, and they just were awesome against the Warriors.
Oh, they did everything that they wanted to do. They used a number of different formations. They threw the ball. They ran the ball. They shut down. Havre de Grace has a very explosive offense, and they shut them down. So it was a very impressive performance.
Yeah, but let's not sell the Edgewood Rams short. I mean, you've got some weapons of your own. People like Ike Wright and Corey Trice. These young men can run the ball.
We have a great group of kids. They've played hard for us for a couple years. We have running backs that are very capable of taking it the distance every time they touch the ball. Veteran offensive line with good size, good athleticism. We're here to play tonight.
And we talk about the size. Aberdeen has outweighed just about every team they played along the line, but you match up pretty well with them.
We do. We got some big boys along the line that are athletic, that have good size, that are pretty strong. And the last time we played them, it was a war. It went down to the last couple minutes of the ball game.
And, of course, last year's game right here on the same field where you won the last game of the year to win the county championship. I think the first time Edgewood had won a county title in probably a decade or more.
It's been a long time. We had to talk to one of our assistant coaches, Jim McDonald, who played for Edgewood in the 80s, to find out just when the last time it was that we won the county championship.
Of course, winning tonight on the Aberdeen field, tall order, but you win, you go forward in the playoffs.
Yep. If we win, then we move to the next round. But right now, we are very focused on this game, very focused.
Coach Jim Lamb, we want to wish you and the Rams the best of luck. It's going to be a great ball game.
Thank you. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so.
Coach Jim Lamb from the Edgewood Rams, and we're going to come back in just a couple of moments, and we'll be talking to Joe Harbert, who's the coach of the Aberdeen Eagles. But we'll be right back with that interview in just a moment. Well, we're just a couple of moments before kickoff here at Aberdeen High School. It's the Aberdeen Eagles versus the Edgewood Rams. Joe Harbert, I know you've been doing this for 4 years, but we talk about Edgewood and Aberdeen. I mean, we go back to the 1960s when this rivalry began. It's, as we talked last week about playing Havre de Grace, a neighborhood war. This is another neighborhood war.
This is probably more so than Havre de Grace for us. It's just, like we said last week, throw the records out. it's a battle. And like early in the season, it was just an all-out war. Both teams gave it everything they had. And first thing we said to them, we were shaking hands at the 50-yard line, see you in the playoffs, because we knew we'd be seeing them. That's how
Maybe not this soon, but they, again, beating Joppatown last week, they got themselves into the fourth seed, I guess, and just maybe made the playoffs, really. They needed that win to get there.
Yeah, they had played a great game against Joppatown. They needed that win. They came out and they executed. They looked really good.
We talk about your line, and your line has outweighed almost every line during the year, but this line tonight is one that almost equates your size.
They're probably the same size, if not bigger. They're very athletic for big guys. They got great feet. They pull the guards, they pull the tackles. They do a really good job. Their line is well coached.
When you look at their running backs, with Ike Wright, this young man can do it all, and maybe not quite the passing attack that most teams would like, but they can really run the football.
When you gain over 300 yards a game running, you don't need to pass the ball. That's kind of the situation that they're in. I mean, they run a great wing tee. I mean, they are well coached. Fred's done a great job over there.
Talk about your ball club and their attitude as they come in tonight, playing a team for the second time this year, playing a team from the county. Are they ready?
They're very focused. You never really can tell till kickoff, but I think they're ready. And then the good thing for us, you'd think you might have a letdown, but one, it's the playoffs, and two, it's Edgewood. So I mean, I don't expect any letdowns for that.
And of course, you're playing at home. You earned the right to be at home. And if you win tonight, let's not look beyond tonight, but you could be home again next week.
Yeah, I mean, we put ourselves in that situation by playing well in the regular season. That's why you play the games. That's what we told our kids. We've been on the road for a couple weeks here. It's good to be back home, familiar environment. Kids are fired up and ready to go.
Joe, what's the key to tonight's ball game?
I think turnovers. Team holds on the ball, makes the least amount of mistakes, going to come out on top. Because it was, they ran the ball really well, and for us defensively, we got to show that we can stop the run, and we did not do a good job of that last game against them. That's going to be the key for us. Is you can't stop the running game, but you got to try to limit it. Limit those big gains for them.
I heard a coach once say that you don't stay the same. You either get worse or you get better. Your team seems to have gotten better at just the right time. You seem to be playing on all cylinders at this point.
Well, you like for that to happen, and that's how you hope that things happen. You rep every week, all summer, and each week as the season progresses, that's what you're looking for. And I think we've done that. As has Edgewood also.
Well, Joe, I know you want to give with your ball club, and thank you so much for stopping by. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's Joe Harbert, coach of the Aberdeen Eagles. It ought to be a great ball game tonight. Again, the winner goes on to the playoffs and goes on further in the playoffs. The loser, well, their season is over. So it's all on the line here tonight at Aberdeen High School. We're coming back with the kickoff for you in just a moment.
Thinking of taking up a new sport? New activities bring new stresses to bones, muscles, and joints. A good reason to take new sports one step at a time. Fitness is good, but exercise common sense. A public service message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Well, we're with you here at Aberdeen High School. It's the Aberdeen Eagles versus the Edgewood Rams. So Mark Busminski, a beautiful night for football. We're down on the field. The field looks to be in prime condition. Temperatures probably somewhere in the high 30s, low 40s. Wind not a factor. Should be a great night for football.
Yeah, it's nice that the wind died down for tonight's game, because after being at the Maryland game last night and seeing how the wind created a lot of havoc in that game, it's nice not to have it here at tonight's game.
Well, this is a great meeting between two arch rivals, the Edgewood Rams and the Aberdeen Eagles. You go back over the years, the games that they have played against one another. If these grass blades could talk, what the kind of story that they could tell about the great games that these teams have played, and the games they played this year, 26-22, the win by the Aberdeen Eagles after last year Edgewood winning on this field to win the county title. But this game is special because the winner goes on, the loser, it's all over.
You might as well throw out all records tonight, because everything starts over. It's playoff season. Both teams go in at 0-0, and the loser stays home. The winner moves on.
What we're watching now is it's not a ceremonial coin toss, it's a real coin toss, meaning that the winner gets to choose whether you receive or whether you kick off. You see the captains for Aberdeen. Number 4, of course, is Aaron Henderson. Number 33 is Carl Stokes. 55 is Manu Cooper. And the 85 is Ryan McVeigh. Aberdeen dressed in their blue uniforms, the royal blue with the gold trim. Edgewood in the white with the black pants and of course the red trim, the red and white of the Edgewood Rams.
What I may do is just go over our officials for tonight. Our head referee is Larry Yoakum. Our umpires Rob
This was
Koenig,
accomplished by the score of 20-13.
linesman
Edgewood
Rob
concluded
Myers,
its regular season with
line
a
judge
6-win
Aaron Battle,
and 3-loss record.
back judge is Dennis
Aberdeen, on the
Emmel.
other hand,
Those are our
traveled to
officials for
have the
tonight.
grace for what we call the big game.
Looks like they've had the coin toss, and Mark, while you were reading off who was going to be officials, I took my off the field, so it looks like I'm not sure who won the toss. Did we see who won the toss? Aberdeen will be receiving. No, now we correct that. It looks like the Edgewood Rams will be receiving. We'll straighten it out for you as soon as they line up. Charles Brungard helping us out there. Thanks for giving us the wrong information. That'll be okay. We'll be all right here once we get started. The key to tonight's game, Mark, when you think about it, you've got the all-around play of Aberdeen, the great passing of Aaron Henderson against the running of Edgewood.
Right, Edgewood's going to use the wing tee, Delaware wing tee, and they're going to try to do some counters, some trapping, and sweeping the ball on the outside. That's the meat of their entire offense, is trying to get that ball up the field by running it, and they will use a lot of time off the clock if they're successful doing that. And then Aberdeen is multi-dimensional, in which they can pass the ball very well, and then they come out and use the option. So they are multi-dimensional, and Edgewood's got to be ready for all the dimensions that Aberdeen's going to throw at them.
We talk about that wing tee. Now, it's an offense that stresses motion, it stresses cutbacks, it stresses misdirection. What is the secret to the wing tee, in first in running it, and then secondly in defending it?
The key is your guards. Your guards make that entire offense. If your guards are very good and fast, your guards have to be great blockers, they have to be fast, and they have to be able to get out in front of your running backs to clear the lanes, because that's what predicates the success of the wing tee, is getting those guards out. A lot of it's pulling and trapping and getting them out in front as the lead blockers.
We talk about Aaron Henderson, of course, the key to the Aberdeen Eagles. Obviously, everyone knows that. Henderson, multi-dimensional, a good runner, a great runner, a good passer. In fact, a very good passer, as we saw him last week against Haverty Grace. But the thing about Aaron Henderson I admire the most is this young man is so smart. He just seems to be a coach on the field.
Yeah, he does. He makes very good decisions. He's the leader of that team, and he just surveys the defense. He kind of makes game time decisions. He kind of makes play decisions. He audibles. So he's out there making game time decisions play after play, and that's what you look for in the leader of a team.
And of course, it's not a one-dimensional team. You've got the fullback, Sean Lewis, averaging 8.5 yards per carry. That's not bad for a fullback. And then Carl Stokes, the tailback, averaging 6.2 yards per carry. And if that's not enough, then you throw in Avery Willie, the scat back, 42 points this year, 5.4 yards per carry. And then all Aaron Henderson did was lead the team in rushing with a 6.2 yards per carry average, 687 yards. That's an awesome attack for Aberdeen.
That's a tremendous attack, and those are great weapons to have for an offensive arsenal.
Well, we're just about ready to have our national anthem now, as Kevin Gardner, the director of the Aberdeen High School Marching Eagles, will lead the Eagle Band as we have our national anthem. Kevin Gardner and the Aberdeen High School Eagles marching band. And now we're just about ready for the beginning of this football game tonight. Again, remember, the winner moves on and plays next week in the region finals. The loser, well, Mark, as they say, wait till next year.
That's right. This is a game that everybody's looking forward to, and I think the team that makes the least amount of mistakes and is very good at executing is the team that's going to come out of here the victor.
Yeah, well, obviously that is always the key, it seems, for a football game. But I also think the key tonight is how can Edgewood counteract Aaron Henderson? What can they do to slow him down? Can they put pressure on him? Can they just drop back and flood the zones? Exactly how do you stop him?
I don't know that that's possible. I think you got to stop him by countering with an offensive attack of your own. He's not unless they come up and came up with some sort of defense that's going to just shut him down.
Well, we're just about ready for the kickoff, and Aberdeen will be kicking off. Cody Martin will be kicking off from our right to our left, back in a deep receiving formation.
Number 28, Marlon Lee.
Looks like 28 is Marlon Lee, and number 40 will be Armin Nelson. And we're underway as the kickoff comes deep down to Marlon Lee, just about at the 10-yard line. Lee has an alley up the middle. He's going to go out to across the 40-yard line to about the 42, and the Rams will put the ball in play. 1st and 10 in great field position.
But did you see that hole on that return? That was a huge gap and a huge running lane for Lee to return the ball. That was a great return on Marvin Lee there. He did a great job getting up into that hole.
And they'll put the ball down at the 43-yard line, 1st and 10. The Rams will send out J.J. Jackson at the quarterback. Corey Trice will be the up back. Ide Wright will be the deep back. Mike Squires will be the wing back. Calvin Allende will be the tight end. The split end is Armin Nelson. The wing tee, the wingman to the near side. Split backfield behind Jackson. It's going to be the halfback option pass. Looking downfield, he's got a man. The ball is underthrown, coming back and making the catch, but out of bounds is the tight end, actually the split end, Armin Nelson. That ball incomplete. Ball fluttered in the air.
Boy, Edgewood had the receiver get behind him, and if Squires could have made a better throw on that, that would have been a big play for them and possibly a touchdown.
Mike Squires coming from the left halfback position, got the handoff, got the little flip through the ball, had his man open. Nelson tried to wait for the ball, but the ball just fluttered out of bounds. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Again, it's Jackson, the quarterback. Trice and Wright behind him. They give off to Trice. Trice off the left side, up near the 50-yard line before he stopped.
Corey Trice off left tackle.
Give you that offensive line for the Aberdeen. Check it for the Edgewood Rams. Evan Faust, the left tackle. Aaron Lindblad at the left guard. Tim Halligan at the center. B.J. Hines is the right guard, and Nelson Ocasio is the right tackle. Aberdeen playing the 5-2 defense across the front line. Sean Lewis, Willis Boykin, Cam Stokes, Manu Cooper, and Steve Moore. Although Steve Moore, we understand, is not with us tonight. Moore had a death in the family and had to go to be with his family.
There you go.
Looks like it's going to be the 1st down. Running the ball is Ike Wright. Ike, the 5'6", 165-pound senior, following the blocks of Eric Lindblad and Aaron Faust for the 1st down in Aberdeen territory.
Also, what you see with these wingbacks of Edgewood is that they are just very quick. They have a very low center of gravity, like a Barry Sanders or Amos Zaraway, and all they need is a little seam. And that's what those guards do. All they have to do is create a little light, little seam, and they just pop right through them, and they gain positive yardage.
Ben Cottingham to the near side. It's a pitch out, coming around the right side. Good yardage. That's Corey Trice. Trice is going to take it for another 1st down, all the way down to the 25-yard line.
We have a penalty flag down here. It's been a little bit away from the play.
It's going to be against Aberdeen.
That's going to be added on to the play. That's 15 yards.
Well, this is just exactly what Fred Myers and his Edgewood Rams needed, and that is a big, big start to show the home-standing Aberdeen Eagle team that they could compete with Aberdeen.
No, well, the first game of the season they were in this game, and they're doing exactly what they did the first game of the season. Was they're just running the ball.
J.J. Jackson hasn't put the ball up yet. Jackson really not had a great lot of success this year in passing. Just 26 for 85, 31%, 402 yards, 4 touchdowns, but 7 interceptions.
After the end of the play.
The flag will move the ball down to the 12-yard line. This is a 4-play drive that began back on the 42-yard line of the Edgewood Rams. 10 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first period. It's the Rams on the attack. No score if you just tuned in. It's the Region 2A East battle, the opening round region battle. Winner here plays for the championship of the region next week and the right to go to the semifinals.
That's right. You want to leave it out. Both teams want to leave everything out here on the field.
Ike Wright is the man to the left. To the right is Corey Trice. Jackson, the quarterback. Turn the give is to Trice off the right side. He's close to the end zone. Going to be stopped just short, but maybe enough for a first down.
Edgewood's doing a great job sealing off inside, and then with the off tackle there, they're just making the quick seals and creating a little seam for.
We give all the credit to people like B.J. Hines and Nelson Ocasio and Tim Halligan, Eric Lindblad and Evan Faust. They've been opening holes. This play, a 5-play drive, now has gone, 57 yards in just 5 plays.
Yeah, they're moving the ball right down the field.
Same backfield deployment, split backfield. That's the give to Trice, and he's in for the touchdown, almost untouched.
Well, what a nice drive by Edgewood there. Just moving the ball straight down the field. I mean, no problems. They were gaining probably.
Well, you figure
8 yards.
Yeah, 58 yards in 6 plays. My math is not real good.
Well, they were helped out with the 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, they sure were. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the first period. It is 6-0. The Edgewood Rams leading on the Corey Trice 1-yard touchdown run. Looks like the Rams are going to be going for 2. Same deployment. Jackson puts the ball inside. I don't think he's going to make it. Stopped, no good, short, stopped short of the 2-point conversion.
9 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Edgewood 6.
And so that's 6-0 lead for the Edgewood Rams. Now let's talk about Coach Joe Harbert. You've just watched the other team come down and just run the ball right down your throat. How do you get your team back up at this point?
Well, he's just got to go out there and do his game plan on his offense. He's got to worry about what his offense and how his offense is going to execute and try to rebound off of that and answer Edgewood's score with a score of their own to get them right back into the game.
Boy, meantime, the Aberdeen defensive deployment, they're going to have to talk to their defensive team about exactly what they're doing to them. I haven't seen a whole lot of trickery. It's just been blowing them off the offensive line, opening those holes.
It's the cross blocking of Edgewood, and they're just controlling the line of scrimmage right now, Don, and they're creating the holes in order for the backs to run through, and the holes are huge.
58-yard touchdown drive. Corey Trice with the touchdown run. And now the kickoff coming down to Willie. Willie and a teammate battling for the ball. Looks like Galloway. Galloway comes away with it. He's going to be hit and held just about at the 30-yard line.
Devron Galloway returns to kickoff.
Edgewood's using a 52 defense this week. They usually run a 43, but this week they're going to run a 5-2 with 2 deep coverage.
The 5-man defensive line, Eric Lindblad, Steve Falcon, Marcus Worthy, Jerome Yarborough, and Evan Faust across that front line. The linebackers, Jermaine Rawlings and Calvin Allende. The deep backs, Ben Cottingham and Armin Nelson. Jameer Napper and Corey Trice are the safeties. Here come the Eagles on their first play. Inside handoff going nowhere at all is the big fullback, Sean Lewis. He's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Sean Lewis, a short loss of a half a yard.
Marcus Worthy was just stepped up in that hole and just sealed it off. He just overpowered the center. Was just able to slant down to stop the play.
Henderson is the quarterback. Lone back behind him is Stokes. Willie in motion. There's a pitch to Willie around the right side, cuts it back inside, and he's going to be taken off his feet after a short gain.
Good job by Edgewood coming up and filling and playing that option. Did a great job there.
Looked like it may have been number 7, Cottingham, who came up to make the play. Short gain of about a yard. That'll bring up a 3rd down and just about 9 yards to go for the first down.
And a lot of the keys to Edgewood being successful defensively is going to be the ends. The play of Lindblad and Faust and then Worthy in the middle. I mean, those 3 are going to be the keys to stopping.
Back to pass without a fake. He's going to throw the ball. Nobody's there. Looks like a miscommunication. Galloway cut it off, and Aaron Henderson threw the ball long. There was nobody there at all, and that'll bring up a punting situation. Don't know exactly what happened there at all. Galloway cut it off on like a sideline pattern.
Looks like there was just miscommunication between the receiver and Aaron. And
remember last week the pass that Henderson completed to Galloway down the sideline looked like exactly that same play, but it didn't work this time.
It won't work in this two-deep defense. I mean, last week Havre de Grace was playing a man defense. This week Edwards playing a two-deep.
Lewis to punt it away. He's being chased. He gets it off, but a very, very poor punt. It's going to take a bounce for the Eagles, but it'll get up just about to the midfield stripe.
Edwards blocked several punts this year. I think they've had 4 block. They did 4 or 5 block punts this year, and that's a part to set up their offense, give them a short field, and a couple times they've returned a couple for the touchdown. So their punt block is very good for them.
Yeah, that whole play was broken in from the very beginning, a high snap, and Sean Lewis had to jump up to catch it. By the time he got the ball, that defense was right on top of him, and he had to punt it away very quickly. Let's see if the Rams can take advantage of this great field position they have, starting from the 50-yard line. The give is to Wright around the left side. He's going to be hit and held. Very short gain this time.
Wright around left end for a short.
That's the shortest gain of the night for them so far.
Looked like defensively the play made by Cam Stokes, the nose guard, number 54. Stokes 6'1", 225 pounds. Lewis, Boykin, Stokes, Cooper, and across that front line for the Aberdeen Eagles.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, Edgewood and Aberdeen's offensive and defensive line matches are very evenly matched up. And that is where the battles are going to be won, in the trenches here.
Inside handoff. Boy, that's a double handoff. And he breaks it for good yardage. That was the wingback, Mike Squires. That's an interesting play. The give was to Corey Trice, and he gave it inside to Squires coming from his wingback position, and another first down for the Rams.
Little wingback counter there that came out, and it was a good play. That's that misdirection we talked about earlier.
But you need great offensive blocking on your line, because that handoff was inside, and if you get penetration defensively, that's a fumble.
Could be.
But the Rams come up with the first down. First down and 10. The ball inside the 40-yard line at about the 38.
And they're moving the ball at will here.
There's Ike Wright again off the left side. Picks up another short gain.
Wright off left tackle for
Ike Wright, 830 yards this year. 6.7 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns. Corey Trice, 1,132 yards, 7.4 yards per carry, and he has 11 touchdowns. So great running attack by the Edgewood Rams. That's what they've done all year.
And that's what they live by. That's what they live by, and they've done a great job by it, because they execute. They've been able to execute very well.
Second down, 8 yards to go. The ball at the 35. 6-0 if you just tuned in. It's the Rams leading. This time going nowhere at all. That's Stokes in there along with linebacker 33 Carl Stokes, and also Cam Stokes making the tackle.
That was a great penetration by Eagles there, with Stokes shooting his gap and filling the hole and making a stop in the backfield. Brings up about a 3rd down and 8.
Big 3rd down play coming up for the Rams now. Not normally a passing team. Maybe Jackson will have to put the ball in the air for the first time.
Let me see Edgewood. This may be 4-down territory for the Rams here. Short field.
Jackson gives the ball inside. Good yardage around that left side. It's going to be stopped at about the 30-yard line. It'll be short of the first down by a couple of yards.
Ball's sitting right about the 32-yard line, 31-yard line, so you may see the Rams go for it here.
Be about 3 yards short of the first down.
Good call here by the Rams to go for it here. Ball sitting right at the 31-yard line.
Well, here's a big play early in the ball game. 5 minutes and 7 seconds and counting left in the first period. Again, it's Trice and Wright behind J.J. Jackson. That's Trice. Check it. Yeah, Trice is hit and held. Beautiful play by the linebacker. Actually, the defensive left end, Sean Lewis. No gain, and the ball will go over to Aberdeen.
Looks like the Eagles had a defensive line stunt there. Looks like they slanted to the call and were able to shoot the gaps and make the tackle for a loss there. And it's going to be turned over to the Eagles. Like I said earlier, Don, you got to leave everything out here on the field, and you might as well, in your own, when you're close to the red zone, you got to try for it.
Eagles will take over on their 31. Big defensive play. Inside handoff, and that's Sean Lewis, the up back. Lewis will gain about 7 or 8 on first down.
That was a good quick dive there, right off a tackle there, and Lewis was able to get out there.
Well, Mark, we talked about defensively what Aberdeen could do. Whatever it was, they made an adjustment, and the big holes weren't there for the Rams on their offensive possession last time.
No.
Now let's see if the Eagles can. Let's see if they can convert it here on offense now. On their first down, they made good gain of about 8 yards. Second down, a long 2. Give is going to be inside, and he's got the first down. The he being the big fullback, the big tailback, Carl Stokes.
That's just like a down, setting up the option right there with the fullback coming right down. Everybody's it's just a quick down block by their tackle or their end, whoever's on that side, and he's just reading that block and veering right off of it.
First down for Aberdeen, the ball at the 46. It's the I backfield. The familiar tandem flag goes down before the penalty, before the snap of the ball. Sean Lewis and Carl Stokes in the backfield for Aberdeen. Probably some sort of a movement penalty. Normally that's what happens if they throw the flag before the ball is snapped.
Encroachment.
Yep,
Edgewood was offside.
I'm going to say it's encroachment, and so it'll be 5 more yards for Aberdeen, and that'll cross the midfield stripe for the first time for the Eagles.
It's good throwing down. Let's see what they do. Let's see if they just grind it out in the ground or decide it's 1st and 5. Let's see what they do.
On the Rams 49-yard line.
This drive begun back on the 31-yard line as the Eagles had stopped the Rams defensively on downs and took the ball over.
Yeah,
back to throw, Henderson. That's call. Galloway. It's going to be intercepted, taken away on a beautiful interception by Armin Nelson. Nelson still on his feet. Flag goes down. Nelson still on his feet. He could go all the way. Now the flag is down. Let's see what's going to happen on the flag. It's going to be a touchdown for Nelson, at least preliminarily. No, they're going to bring it back. The interception by Nelson. He made a great run, but the penalty was thrown just about at the 40-yard line of the Rams. And so instead of a touchdown, they'll bring it back, but it will be Edgewood possession.
It looked like Galloway had that ball, and Nelson just pulled it away from him and took it out while they were both in the air.
Mark, that's a great call. It certainly did. Armin Nelson just went up and took the ball, came down with it, and maintained his feet, and then scored what was an apparent touchdown, though wiped out by the penalty.
Come on, let's get it back.
It will be Edgewood football, though, as they back them up with the penalty, probably starting right about at their 30-yard line.
And that's one of those turnovers you got to try to eliminate those turnovers, because that could be the ball game. And I know it's early in the game, but boy, that can change the tone of a game anytime those turnovers do occur.
Rams will take over on their own 25-yard line now, 1st and 10, 3 minutes, 18 seconds left in the first. They're still up by 6-0. They took the opening kickoff on a 6-play drive, 58 yards. Trice went over from 1 yard out. The run failed, and they were up by 6-0. Took the ball after a short Aberdeen punt, but then couldn't go as they ran out of downs. And Aberdeen, though, on the interception. Coming in, making the tackle, that's Carl Stokes. Stokes 10 tackles a game. He catches Ike Wright before Wright could get started, and Wright will lose about 3 yards.
They're just reading, those linebackers are reading those guards, and they're getting in their hip pocket. Once those guards pull out, they're just reading them and flying out with them. So Edgewood may have to come back and try to counter that, or stop pulling the guard on some of these plays, because that led Stokes right to the ball.
Come on, we need a big play.
Jackson and the Rams, really a one-dimensional team all year, haven't proved that they can throw the ball. So, if they shut down the run, then it may force the Rams to go to the air.
JJ has a good arm, and he can get the ball downfield, and he is
Well, there he is, getting ready to throw. He's going to run the ball, though, tucks it down. He's got the first down, and finally out of bounds he goes. J.J. Jackson with the quick feet.
He may have the 7 interceptions, but that is contrary to his play for the entire year, because he has shown a lot of poise and a lot of leadership for the Rams this year. And he can actually, he's a very good thrower. He's a much improved quarterback from when he started. I can remember him when he was a 9th grader, and he's just come up through the ranks and just gotten better every year.
Jackson, the 5'9", 165-pound senior, leading his team now at 6-0. The Rams do have that lead. Winner take all in a game like this. You win and you go forward, you lose and you go home. The give is to Trice off the right side. Still on his feet, still on his feet. Finally, Galloway gets him off his feet inside the 40-yard line of the Eagles.
What balance Trice has had, man. He must have broke 5 or 6 tackles there. He kept his feet churning and kept his shoulders square upfield, and he was able to gain an additional 10 yards on that run.
Ball at the 39-yard line of the Eagles. That was a gain of about 24. Boy, you have to be impressed with people like Ike Wright, only 5'6", 165, and Corey Trice, just 5'7", 165.
And Corey's their fullback.
I tell you what, that's 165 pounds of sheer desire out there.
He's a tough runner, and he has breakaway speed also.
Both seniors. Jackson also a senior, so it's a senior backfield for Edgewood. That's the inside handoff to Ike Wright. Wright's going to be hit and held right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Carl Stokes. This 4-play drive began back at the 25-yard line of the Rams.
And we have an officials timeout.
Minute 37 seconds left here as the officials take a timeout to go over and confer with Joe Harbert. Not sure exactly what they're talking about. Mark, have any guess there?
I have no idea what he could be saying.
Well, the officials, though, they...
I think it's the band.
I got it.
Band can't be playing when they're calling their plays in the huddle.
We saw that happen last week at Haverty Grace.
Yes.
Watch the ball, watch the ball.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Jackson still with the ball, back to throw. Looking, has a man. It's going to be complete. The big tight end makes the catch. Looks like it's number 82, James Peaker. Peaker won the catch in a beautifully thrown ball down to the 25-yard line.
What a nice play. Edgewood will run, and then they'll sneak a pass in there and catch the defense off guard. Is exactly what they do, because they had 3 receivers in that type of, it was like, almost like a little waggle there, little waggle action, which was able to get positive yards out of it. Nice throw by J.J. Jackson.
Boy, and what great faking, too, by Jackson. I mean, we had a good vantage here to see that he had the ball, but down on the field, you'd have thought for sure he'd hand it off to one of the 2 backs.
Yep, they give that.
Different formation this time. They've got only 1 back behind Jackson. Wingmen to each side. In motion is Wright. That's the give to Trice. Trice breaks a tackle, finally taken off his feet just before he crossed for the touchdown. The tackle made a saving tackle by Sean Lewis.
Well, you saw that speed of Trice once he got it past the line of scrimmage into that 2nd, 3rd level. They were lucky to make that tackle in the secondary.
Boy, inside the 10-yard line, first down and goal, the ball at the 6. With this crowd here at Aberdeen, a good crowd, they've suddenly fallen very silent, because they're seeing their team that looked so dominant last week against Haverty Grace just being pushed around by Edgewood.
Edgewood's just dominating up front right now, and they're just they're putting it to the Eagles right now.
Jackson hands the ball off to Trice. Trice is going to be hit and held.
this is 4-down territory for the Rams, so I don't know what if they have a kicker or they would try a field goal here. I think he might go for it.
Still second down and goal on the Aberdeen.
Just about
6-yard
15
line.
seconds left here and counting, left in the first period. Edgewood leading by 6-0, but threatening to score again. Not sure if they'll get this play off before the final seconds tick away in the first period. 2 seconds, 1 second. They do get it off. The pitch coming around right in is Trice. Trice looking for the touchdown, cuts it back in, and he has the touchdown. Corey Trice cutting back from 6 yards out for the touchdown.
Boy, Aberdeen stretched that play out, and they had good pursuit, and Corey just cut it back into the hole.
Boy, he surely did. He saw that little break, cut it back inside, went right in for the touchdown.
He stopped right on a dime and just cut it right back into that little seam and just ran it through, and he has good vision.
12-0 Edgewood leading now. Trice has got both touchdowns. That drive, 75 yards in 8 plays, 6 yards Trice for the touchdown, and now the 2-point conversion effort. No time left in the first period, so this will be obviously the last play of the first period. That formation with only Trice behind Jackson. Jackson with the ball. He's got his man, and he drops it in the end zone.
He had 2 receivers wide open. They got to help his quarterback out there and catch that ball.
Ike Wright, you can see very, very disappointed as that ball was right in his hands. That's the toughest ball to catch when you're all by yourself.
And that's crucial. You need those extra points. Those extra points are crucial. Not to get 2 means Aberdeen can be right back in this game with 1 score.
That's a very good point. We'll have to remember that and star that if we get close late in the game, that 2-point conversion that could have made it 14-0, now it's just 12-0. But more importantly at this point for Aberdeen, they have just not demonstrated that they can stop Edgewood at all. The Rams have just taken it to them.
Edgewood's moving the ball up and down the field on them. And defensively, they're doing a good job also. They're not allowing the big play to hurt them, and they're in this game. They're winning this game, and they just got to keep it going. And if they continue what they're doing, they're going to come out of here victorious tonight.
Mark, in that first period, Aberdeen had the ball a total of 6 plays, 3 plays and a punt, a partially blocked punt, and then 3 more plays and an interception. That's all Aberdeen has had.
They're playing right into Edgewood's game plan. Edgewood wants to control the ball, keep the ball as much as they can on offense, and they're going to run it. And they're going to
Galloway at the 15-yard line looking for a hole. He's going to be hit and held across the 31. Galloway not able to break it as we now start the second period.
There seems like they are tiptoeing a little bit back there and hesitating. And, boy, it's a different from last week.
Boy,
they made a full stride.
It's exactly what I was thinking.
Things.
Last week it looked like Aberdeen just had all the confidence in the world. This week it looks like they're a little bit unsure of themselves. Maybe they're a little bit, stunned by the way that Edgewood has come out here and just taken it to them.
And Edgewood's doing a great job. I mean, they're playing with lots of confidence right now, and they're executing, and that's the key to this.
Let's see what Aberdeen can do to get themselves started. Henderson with the football. He's going to be hit in hell as he crosses that line of scrimmage.
Henderson on the quarterback option around right end.
Looks like the tackle made by Jermaine Rawlings, the linebacker.
For a gain of 1 yard.
Boy, Henderson that time also not running with the abandon he ran with last week at all. And Rawlings came up and knocked him right off his pins.
Edgewood's doing it. I mean, the hole was there. There was a lane there for him to run. And he's got to attack that immediately and head straight upfield. He was a little tentative in doing that.
Aberdeen has requested a timeout.
Well, the Eagles are a little bit confused, and they're going to call a timeout.
Timeout of the first half.
11 minutes, 13 seconds left in the half. It's 12-0 Edgewood. The Rams scoring on 2 short touchdown runs by Trice. Corey Trice, who scored on a 1-yard touchdown run with 9:40 left, and then scored with no time remaining on the clock, just again at the end of the first period from 6 yards out.
North score at the end of the first quarter. After Grace 14, Elkton 7.
Well, we're getting a score from Dave Clark, our field announcer, that it's 14-7. Havre de Grace leading over Elkton in that 1A North contest being played just about 3 miles up the road at James R. Harris Field. Of course, it's another one of those, as all of these are, winner take all. A lot of pressure, Mark.
There's also another game going on in Bel Air tonight.
Bobcats against Dundalk, and Joppatown playing at Loch Raven, so we have 5 of our teams in competition. First time that's ever happened, and I guess an expanded format of having more teams getting into the regions.
And that's good. That's good for the game of football.
In motion is Willie Henderson looking for a hole. He's going to be hit and held, though. Short gain as he crosses the 35.
Right now, Edgewood's showing that they want this game more than Aberdeen. And Aberdeen's got to come out and they got to decide, you know, to go fist to fist with the Rams here on the field. Edgewood's putting it to them, and Aberdeen's tentative in what they're doing.
Calvin Aline and Ben Cottingham that is, on the tackle. It's going to bring up a key third down, third and a long 6. The Eagles have to get across the 42-yard line for a first down. Henderson pitches it back to Stokes coming around the left end, and Stokes will have the first down as he crosses midfield.
Good option read there, and Aberdeen pitched it right at the right time. He read the end and was able to get it to Stokes, and Stokes was able to get outside for a great game.
Stokes coming all the way from the right side. He was lined up in a wing-back position. Beautiful, as you said, a great flip by Henderson at just the right moment. Very dangerous flip, though. That flip was in the air, maybe 5 yards.
Well, you want to keep about a 4-yard quarterback-tailback relationship when you're doing that pitch.
That's Willie in motion. Henderson pitches it to Willie, and now the fumble. Willie can't pick the ball up. Remember last week how the ball was bouncing to Willie. That's Evan Faust in with the recovery. The ball at the 38-yard line.
Another one of those turnovers we just talked about earlier in the game is that you got to be able to hold on and control that ball, and Aberdeen just gave it up again, and Edgewood has great field position, and they could be putting it going in for the kill right here.
Boy, remember the game that Joppatown beat Aberdeen. Aberdeen's only lost this year, where they had 8 fumbles, did the Eagles, and lost 5 of them. And again, that high-risk offense where Henderson was bumped a little bit as he flipped the ball, never got it to Willie, and the ball didn't come up to Avery. Instead, Evan Faust jumped on it.
Yeah, their relationship there was not as good as it was with Stokes the previous play.
Ball at the 38-yard line. I'm sorry, Mark. The ball at the 38-yard line. The give is to Trice. Trice off the left side. Good gain before he's knocked off his pins by Carl Stokes.
Boy, they're able to gain up a lot of yards and chunks of yards off that left side.
That's about an 8-yard gain on first down to the 31. They've only got to get to the 28 for a first down.
7 yards, it will be 2nd and 3 at the Eagle 31-yard line.
Boy, big break for Edgewood. If they could take it in here and go up by 3 touchdowns, Mark, that could really, really make it tough for Aberdeen.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's hard to climb out of that 3 scores behind. It's a very difficult thing to do.
Single
Not
back
impossible,
behind
but
Jackson.
difficult.
Jackson gives it to that man. He's going to be hit on a beautiful tackle by Henderson. Aaron Henderson and McVeigh double teaming on the tackle. Gain close to the first down, though.
That's close.
Officials giving it a close look, and they're going to bring in the measurement. 9:14 left here in the first half. It is 12-0 Edgewood. Rams scoring the first time they had the football on a 58-yard drive. Corey Trice with a touchdown run of 1 yard. And then they capped a 75-yard 8-play drive on a 6-yard Corey Trice run just at the end of the first half. I should say at the end of the first period. 12-0 the score. First down is the call. Well, I am just so impressed with the Rams. This is our first chance to have the Rams on TV this year, and they are just taking it to the Eagles right now.
Yes, they are, and they've done this all year. They've been able to run the ball all year, and they control the clock. And if they're playing their game plan, they're executing very well, and they're doing an excellent job.
Jackson, the quarterback, a 1 back behind him. That's Ike Wright. In motion is Trice. Good play by Aberdeen as they stop the play right at the line of scrimmage. No gain at all as the running back, Corey Trice, is taken off his feet. Henderson again on the tackle. It looks like Aaron is getting fired up, trying to fire his team up from the defensive end rather than the offensive end. Mark,
Got to. They need a spark. They need a spark to get them going. I mean, there's got to be some enthusiasm. They're flat right now, and they need a big play to get Mother Mo back on their side because Edgewood's got it all.
Second down, a loss of 1. Second down and 11. The ball at the 30-yard line. In motion is Wright. Jackson, the inside handoff to Trice. That's the old Statue of Liberty play. Stokes in on the tackle, along with Aaron Henderson. You can see that Carl Stokes trying to fire his team up. Sort of the wraparound handoff where you reach around and put the ball in the stomach of the back. Remember when we were kids, we used to play that Statue of Liberty play?
Yep, that's just a little draw there. Wraparound draw there.
Statue of Liberty a little bit different where the quarterback went back and sort of cocked his arm like he was going to throw the ball and the running back took it out of his hand. That one is that wraparound handoff. Big third down play, 3rd and 10. Jackson throws the ball. He's going to have his man, but it's going to be incomplete. Same pass they had earlier on. Peeker off his fingertips. That'll bring up a 4th down, and now a decision.
I think Coach Myers may go for it here.
Well, the ball is at the 28-yard line. A punt, could gain you not a whole lot of yards unless you're able to knock it down right at the 1 or 2 yard line. Looks like the Rams are going to go for that first down. They're facing a 4th down and 10. The ball at the 28. They've obviously got to get to the 18.
This would be a great time to try like a throwback, double pass. Try to get them off track here.
Shotgun formation, Jackson. Gets it off. Has a man out there. It's going to be complete. And that should be good enough for a first down. That's Mike Squires for the first down. What a pass.
What a great play there. And JJ looked over his players there, so that allowed Squires a little bit of time. He looked at the center of the field and then surveyed back to his right and was able to find Squires in the open in the flat enough for the first down. Great call by Coach Johnson.
Boy,
Great catch.
I'm sorry, Mark, what a pass by Squires, I should say by J.J. Jackson, as he threw the ball on the run and laid it right in the hands of Squires, and Squires made sure he had it and got the first down.
That was great execution there by Jackson and Squires.
Big 4th down play. Oh, what a hit. That's Lewis, who knocks Trice right off his feet. It's going to be a loss of maybe 1 on the play. Boy, you have to give Aberdeen credit. They are hitting a lot harder right now, trying defensively to take the momentum away from Edgewood.
Yeah, but that defense has been out there a long time, Don. I mean, Edgewood's chewing up clock. I mean, they're just Aberdeen's offense is not able to get on the field.
Aberdeen has had the ball 9 plays. Now we're at the 6:44 mark of the first half. Second down, 11 yards to go. There's that inside handoff again. Going for close to a touchdown and getting in for the touchdown is Ike Wright. The inside handoff. Ike Wright goes in from 19 yards out.
19-yard touchdown run for the Rams.
It's a great play.
Now check it, it's Marlon Lee, number 28, and not number 38. So it is Marlon Lee with the touchdown run from 19 yards out. And that makes it 18-0 Edgewood.
Edgewood's got to get this 2-point. This is very crucial for them.
Marlon Lee on that inside handoff. That is an interesting play where the halfback has the ball and hands it off as he goes into the line, almost into the hole.
Yeah, it's set up as just a misdirection right at the line of scrimmage. I mean, that's a gutsy call because the Edgewood line has to seal off to not allow any penetration on that play.
Jackson going for 2. Has the pass off. It's going to be complete, and that's to Lee. And Lee gets the 2-point conversion from Jackson, and now it's 20-0.
Makes it a 3-score game for Aberdeen to get back in, and Edgewood's just dominating up here. Their game plan is right on track to where they want to be.
Boy, this Aberdeen fans here, they're just dead silent, as you can imagine. And the Edgewood fans who came up from down the road about 7 or 8 miles, they are understandably very happy. What a surprise. I mean, if you'd have told me that Edgewood would be leading by 20-0 halfway through the second period, I'd say, hey, you must have been losing some sleep recently.
Well, Edgewood was able to run the ball in the first game against Aberdeen, and there were a couple mistakes in that game by both teams, and Aberdeen capitalized on the most and was able to come out with a victory.
Touchdown run by Marlon Lee of 19 yards. 2-point conversion from Jackson to Lee, and now it's 20-0. Squires will be doing the kicking off. Going to hit it down. Looks like Galloway's going to take it just about at the 18-yard line. The Eagles need a spark. He's going to be taken out of bounds as he crosses the 35-yard line.
They need to give that ball to Avery if they want to get. Avery has a change of speed there to just kick it up a notch.
That's a good call, Mark. They, as you said, the Eagles need a spark of some kind. Aaron Henderson has been trying to give them the spark on defense, but Edgewood just seems to come up with every play they need to come up with.
Yeah, they're executing very well. I mean, everything's being laid out here for them because they understand just as well as Aberdeen that there's no tomorrow if they lose.
Come on, oh!
6:22 left here in the first half. 20-0. The advantage of Edgewood. Henderson being rushed, and he's going to be taken off his feet. The Edgewood Rams, among them, Jerome Yarborough.
That was just tremendous penetration. I mean, they had 3 guys in the backfield almost before Aaron got the ball.
And a big loss, a loss of 6 or 7 on first down, all the way back to the 28.
7 yards.
Well, Henderson went back and just had no place to throw the ball and had no place to run because Edgewood had 3 or 4 guys in on top of him.
That's right.
And just taken off his feet by Yarborough. That'll bring up a second down and just about 16 yards to go for the first. Shotgun formation again. Henderson being rushed. Waves the man a little deeper. That's McVeigh and misses him.
It's a tough pass. He's rolling to his left there, and he just couldn't. He wasn't able to get his hips around to make the ball hit his receiver, and he was fading. And when you fade to your non-throwing side, the ball will fade the same direction.
5 minutes, 29 seconds left here in the first half. It's 20-0, the Edgewood Rams. Edgewood scoring twice in the first period, and now just a few moments ago, the 19-yard run by Marlon Lee, capping an 8-play, 62-yard drive. And Edgewood has just been dominant so far.
They have. They come ready to play. And I think Aberdeen's a little bit surprised at this. And
inside handoff.
They're wondering what's going on.
That's Willie. Willie looking to try to get outside, but he's not going to be able to do it. And that'll bring up another 4th down for Aberdeen.
And you just see Edgewood just flying to the ball. And Edgewood's going to try to block this punt again and get great field position.
Fourth down.
4th and 13 for the Eagles.
About 13 yards to go. The ball at the 32. They'll send Stokes out to punt the ball away. Remember last time Aberdeen punted, the Edgewood Rams almost blocked the punt.
Yeah, they're going max protection now, but Edgewood's, look at that. I mean,
it's a low line drive punt. It's going to go dead just about at the 42-yard line inside Aberdeen territory, and Edgewood will have the ball with plenty of time left in the first half.
I mean, all 3 elements of this game are key, and the punting game is just not in Aberdeen's favor right now. I mean, they gotta kick that ball deep in order to try to slow down this powerful offense of the Rams tonight, because they are just moving the ball.
Great field position for the Edgewood Rams at the 42-yard line of Aberdeen. Their best field position of the night in taking the ball over. I mean, you're down 3 touchdowns. That's a long way down, but at some point you get to a point where you just physically don't have much chance of coming back.
Well, their defense is their offense is 3 and out, putting their defense on the field, and they got to be exhausted.
Jackson.
You got to be able to sustain a drive in order to.
Squires with the ball around the right side. Very short game.
Give your offense or defense a little bit of time to rest.
Yeah, 12 plays now. The Rams, the Eagles, I should say, have had the ball in the entire first half, 12 plays.
That is just amazing. I mean, that's one drive for many teams. Edgewood's probably had a drive of 12 plays already.
Let's see, Edgewood has had it 17, 23, 28. Looks like Edgewood's had the ball 30 plays to 12 for Aberdeen in this first half.
That is amazing. You usually only get 50, 60 snaps a game to have that many.
And a handoff inside to the first man through, and that'll be a first down for Edgewood.
It's amazing.
Boy, great faking by J.J. Jackson.
And his sleight of hand is just tremendous up there. I mean, he gets the ball going one way, and he's able to give it back the other way. So he does a great job of just selling that misdirection.
Very close to the first down. Third down and a couple of inches.
It keeps that clock running too. And then
inside 4 minutes now left in the first half. Edgewood leading by a score of 20-0. Handoff. That's to Wright. That's going to be the first down. We give credit to B.J. Hines and Nelson Ocasio and Tim Halligan and Eric Lindblad and Evan Faust along that offensive line of the Edgewood Rams.
Yeah, they're winning that battle in the line of scrimmage there, Don, and they're just driving the Eagles' defensive linemen off the line of scrimmage.
Well, you come up to Aberdeen, the Eagles coming off that big win against Haverty Grace where they looked 37-9. They looked like they were world beaters last week. Edgewood getting by Joppatown to qualify for the playoffs just by the skin of their teeth.
But Edgewood's been very competitive all year. I mean, they were competitive when they played Haverty Grace. The only game that I think they really didn't look good at was the Bel Air game, and Bel Air just seemed to dominate that game. But they were close at this game in Aberdeen, and they were in the game with Haverty Grace. They gave up a couple turnovers in the Haverty Grace game, and they came up on a short end of the stick in that game.
That was Ike Wright who picked up 2 or 3 yards. Second down about long 7, maybe a short 8. 2 minutes and 45 seconds and counting left here in the first half. Jackson, one back behind him.
Oh.
Fumble. Let's see if Aberdeen was able to get the ball. They say they did, and it is the Aberdeen Eagles ball.
And that may be a spark to start the Eagles on a positive trend, but the clock is down to about 2.5 minutes left before halftime, so they got to get in their 2-minute offense right now and try to move the ball down the field because they got a long field to go. They got approximately 75 yards to move the ball down in order to score.
Boykin with the fumble recovery. Now let's see if the Eagles can take advantage of this with the arm of Henderson and the speed of Willie. They have a lot of weapons. They can score and score quickly.
They're spreading it out, forcing Edgewood to cover.
Incomplete as Henderson slings the ball down.
Like I said earlier, this is a lot different than playing a man coverage because Haverty Grace played man coverage last year or last week in 3 deep coverage. Edgewood's playing a zone, so that really reduces the throwing lanes for the quarterback.
Ball resting just about at the Aberdeen 28-29 yard line where they took the ball over. Henderson had good protection. Actually, now they put the ball down on the 27 is where that drive will start. Second down and 10. Still in the shotgun. 2:27 clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Being rushed, Henderson gets it off. It's going to be incomplete. Looking for Carl Stokes. Boy, good job by Edgewood playing defensively as well. Rushing Henderson, making him get rid of the ball before he wanted to, and then defensively in that backfield covering Stokes like a blanket.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're just coming over to this 2-deep coverage, and he's trying to hit the seam that is created between the corner and safety. The safety's reading that right off the bat, and he's reducing that throwing lane by just moving over.
Boy, Mark, the problem, too, for Aberdeen, if they have to punt the ball away, then Edgewood will get it back with a chance to score again.
That's true, and they have the opportunity to score.
Almost intercepted, but off the fingertips and complete to McVeigh. McVeigh still on his feet, breaks the tackle. McVeigh down the center of the field. He could go all the way. McVeigh tackled at the 2-yard line on a saving tackle made by Armin Nelson. What a play. It looked like, for all the world, that Tim Halligan, number 70, had the interception, but instead McVeigh is able to catch it on the carom and takes it all the way down to the 2-yard line.
There's a flag on the field. That's going to come back.
Yeah, that flag is down right where the Ram player is down as well.
Penalty flag on the play.
Let's see now if the ball will come back. We're not sure at all. The flag is right there just about at midfield. Mark, I don't have a number 47 for Edgewood.
Yeah, I don't have 47. I'm trying to find it.
Must have been a late number change for Edgewood, the young man who was injured. There's also an injured Ram down just about at the goal line. That could have been Nelson who made the saving tackle.
Yeah.
Armin Nelson is still down and being tended to. Now they'll be getting him up. It looks like he may have just had the wind knocked out of him, hopefully. Big break for Edgewood as McVeigh was able to catch the ball and then break the tackle. It looks like one of those cracked back below the knee blocks, and that's going to bring the ball all the way back. And what a break for the Edgewood Rams. Boy, what a play by McVeigh. He kept his composure, kept his focus on the ball. Tim Halligan, knocked the ball up in the air, almost had the interception. McVeigh caught the ball and went down that right sideline.
Yeah, he showed a lot of composure.
Looks like that Nelson is still down on the far corner of the field in the end zone, just about where he made the tackle.
But this is third and one. Is it going to be third down and one?
Mark, the good news now. Nelson is up on his feet and is going to be off the field under his own power.
That is good news for the Rams.
They will say it's third down and one. They won't give him the first down. And so now this big first down conversion with 2:05 left in the first half.
Penalties assessed at the flag. It'll be third down Eagles and 1 yard for the first down.
Another one of those key plays of this football game just occurred, and now right here the key play. Third down and one. The Eagles have to pick up the first down to keep the drive alive. Inside 2 minutes left in the first half. Henderson trying to struggle for the yardage, and he does get it. He bounces out and gets it out near the 45-yard line. Looked like he is, for all the world, stopped, but kept those feet churning, Mark, and got the first down.
Yeah, it was a tough run by Aaron. He was able to just feel the opening and able to go right off tackle and hit the outside seam and run for a few yards for a first down.
Timeout on the field, 1:51 left here in the half. It's Aberdeen with the football, down by 20-0. Big break against the Eagles just now as Ryan McVeigh carried the ball down to the 2-yard line, only to have it brought back by that penalty. But Aberdeen does retain possession, needing a score. Mark, if they can go in, let's say they can score and go in down 20-7, that's not too bad.
No, it's not.
Especially the way they've been outplayed this whole first half.
That is true. We may see Aberdeen go for 2 when they get down there to try to help reduce that margin.
Clock running at 1:42. Henderson throwing the ball, has his man. That's going to be complete to Sean Lewis.
Now that was a nice play. Aaron just waited for
Sean Lewis
to just come out. That's almost like a little circle route or a wheel route for that fullback to get out there.
1:31 left as they stop the clock to reset the down markers. Henderson out of the shotgun, fakes once, pulls it down. He's going to run now, looking to get out of bounds, and does so inside the 30-yard line, close to another first down. Now the Aberdeen Eagles fans are saying this is more like it.
Yeah, I mean, Aberdeen's starting to get in some sort of a groove. They're seeing some vulnerability on the defensive Edgewood, and he's taking advantage of it right now. So let's see if they can capitalize on this and put it in the end zone.
Of course, Aaron Henderson is the secret weapon that Aberdeen has. Not so secret anymore, but he's the guy that can make it happen for the Eagles.
Yes, he's a big-time player, and he can make those big-time plays.
Looking for the throw, looking for the touchdown. Has it. That's McVeigh, or check it. That's Galloway, Devron Galloway. 28-yard touchdown pass.
What a nice touch on that ball, Don. I mean, he threw it right where the corner could not get the ball. He threw the same ball last week at Havre de Grace, almost the same exact play.
Absolutely.
He was able to just lead the wide out Galloway straight down the field on that fade route, and was able to Galloway was able to get behind him.
So the Eagles have cracked the scoring end zone now. 20-6 they're down as Cody Martin in to attempt the extra point. Kick is not going to be good. Sort of comes off the side of his foot, and so another one of those key misses that'll keep the score at 20-6.
Edgewood still has time, so you may see them use their 2-minute offense and try to spread things out and move it down the field quickly also.
Minute 12, that big 73-yard, 7-play drive capped by the 28-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Henderson to Devron Galloway. And when it looked like the Eagles were dead, they come right back. They get hit by that big penalty that takes them away from the shadow of the end zone, but they come right back and get the touchdown. And as you said, a great, great pass and run and catch from Henderson to Galloway.
They showed a lot of character coming in. That's a devastating penalty when you have the ball inside your 2 and then it comes back all the way to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, absolutely, especially since you've been playing so poorly and you're down 20-0, and that could have been give-up time. But the Eagles showed the great composure to come right back.
That takes a lot of character, and this game's far from over.
20-6 right now, 1:12 left in the first half. It is 20 for Edgewood, 6 for Aberdeen. Eagles broke out to the 20-0 lead, and Aberdeen just came back with that touchdown a few moments ago. Martin to kick it off. The ball will be right there. It should be. It looked like he was down. The officials have not marked him down. The ball at the 42-yard line. That was Marlon Lee. It looked for all the world like Marlon had gone all the way down on his back. No whistle was blown, and so they're going to give him good yardage all the way up to the 40. Let's see, they're going to put it down at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, that looked like he was down, but I don't think he had possession of the ball, which allows him to get up and start moving the ball.
Okay, I'll bow to what you saw. I thought he was down with the ball, but I don't
think he had control of it.
Okay. Minute 2 seconds left. Now, what would you do if you're Fred Myers? Would you be satisfied up 26?
No, I mean Aberdeen has a quick scoring offense, so you got to try and put up as many points as possible. But they're running the ball, and he's gonna be satisfied with what he's got right now at half with this lead.
Coming up on about 45 seconds and counting left here in the first half. 20-6. It does look like the Edgewood Rams will be satisfied to go into halftime, and well, they should. If you could have told Fred Myers that you could be up 20-6 at half, I think you'd take that.
Definitely would, especially against a team like Aberdeen.
But with the way the Eagles have come back, they have retaken some of the momentum and proven to their fans and to themselves that they're just not going to roll over and play dead.
Well, that's true, and they just got to tighten down with what they're doing and calm down a little bit. I think there was a little
There's the inside handoff. Just as we were saying, the half was over. Ike Wright almost broke it.
And they may want to call a timeout. There's a lot of time on that clock that Coach Myers just let run down, and he should have called a couple timeouts.
Well, the clock stops as they reset the down markers.
Well, he called a timeout here.
15-yard run.
14 seconds left, 14.1 seconds left. The ball is at the 42-yard line. I tell you what, Ike Wright was about one step away from breaking that thing all the way.
Yep, and that's what this is designed to do.
Ike Wright, 838 yards this year, 6.7 yards per carry. His teammate Corey Trice, 1,132 yards, 7.4 yards per carry. 20-6 our score here at Aberdeen. It's the 2A East battle, the opening region round. The team that wins here goes on and plays next week. If it's Aberdeen, they'll play at home. If Edgewood wins, they'll be on the road since they were the 4th seed.
Yes, and it looks, Stephen Decatur's the number 2 seed. If they win tonight, that's a long trip for Edgewood to take next week.
But the Rams would gladly take that trip.
Definitely. They would love to take a trip down to Stephen Decatur and
14 seconds left. Could be the last play of the first half. Jackson to throw. Has his man. It's going to be complete, and out of bounds he goes. Looks like it's to Ike Wright, number 38. Boy, a 3-play drive that started back at the 41-yard line. Now it's at the Eagle 35-yard line with 6.5 seconds left here in the first half.
But Edgewood shows you that they have quick strike capability also. I mean, they've just moved the ball down the field so quickly here.
Second down, about 4 yards to go, maybe 3, a long 3. 6.5 seconds left. This probably, unless there's a defensive penalty, could be the last play of the first half.
Yeah, most likely this will be the last play of this half.
In motion is Squires. Jackson looking to throw to the end zone, unleashes it. At Squires, it's going to be intercepted by Devron Galloway right at the goal line, and that's how that first half will end.
And that was close because Squires almost stole that ball right out of Galloway's hand there at the end.
We saw that happen early in the game on the interception by Nelson. And so that's the way our first half ends at 20-6. The Edgewood Rams leading, scoring 3 times before the Eagles could get on the scoreboard on that big touchdown pass from Henderson to Galloway that narrowed it down to 20-6. Great first half, especially if you're the Edgewood Rams. The Rams need to go back into their huddle at the halftime here and come out and play just the way they did in the second half. Meantime, Aberdeen has to be able to convince themselves that what they did on that last touchdown drive is what they can do from here on out, Mark.
Yeah, Aberdeen's got to take some of the momentum that they've had and build off of it and try to do something when they get back, because they will receive the ball when they come out second half, and they'll need to score right off the bat, and that will make this a ball game if they can do that.
All right, Mark Busminski, that's what we have here, 20-6 at half. It's the Edgewood Rams leading in the opening round 2A East Region battle at Aberdeen. We'll take a break and come back with the beginning of the second half. No, actually, we'll do some halftime activities for you and have a halftime interview, and then we'll be back with the second half.
If I could, I'd change the world.
Well, we're at halftime, and we're in the stands here at Aberdeen, where I'm joined by my good friend Pat Skibeck. Pat is the Director of Elementary Education for the Harford County Public Schools. And Pat, I think the best and biggest football fan in all of Harford County Public Schools. How come? Why are you such a big football fan?
Because I was the only daughter with 4 brothers, all of whom played football. My dad at one time was the one of the physicians for the Steelers, and I got to be a really good football fan because I had no choice.
And probably the biggest Ravens fan in the entire world. You live and die with the Baltimore Ravens.
I do. I love the Ravens. I was a Colts fan and was devastated when they left, and was looking for a new team, and the Ravens came, and they're my new team.
And Pat, let's talk about tonight's ball game. The Edgewood Rams come up here to Aberdeen, the underdogs, the big underdogs, but they've taken it to Aberdeen.
Yeah, they really have. Edgewood is just playing phenomenally well. Their running game is incredible. However, near the end of that first half, I saw a glimpse of the Aberdeen team that I've seen play before.
And especially you get a guy like Aaron Henderson, he can turn a ball game around all by himself.
Absolutely, and I think you're going to see a different second half.
Well, certainly Aberdeen hopes that, because this is winner take all. You lose, you go home.
I know, and these two teams, I think, have had a great rivalry, and I know that the last time they played, the score was very close. Aberdeen only won by a few points, so I'm looking for a very exciting second half.
Folks, you're talking to a football fan here. Here's a lady who just doesn't talk football. She knows football. You love football. What's so special about the game?
I don't know. I don't know what's special about it. I just enjoy. I think it's there's a lot of mind games that go on. I just like the excitement of it, and I like the fact that it's not that long a season.
That's right. It just starts really in September, and it's over by, unless you count the Super Bowl, it's over by really December.
That's right. And we did have a Super Bowl here not too long ago, so.
Yes, we did. Now, let's talk about the Ravens if we could. As we are taping this, it's a Friday night now. By the time people see this, we'll know what happened with Mr. Wright on Sunday, but the quarterback situation, a little unsettled for the Ravens.
I'm not sure why we're having so much trouble with quarterbacks. I think I heard today that this is the 10th quarterback we've had since Billick has come on board, and that's a little bit scary. I like Bowler. I feel bad for Chris Redmond. I think his confidence is gone, and I think it was right to bring Wright in, and we'll just have to see. I mean, he's got a good arm. You can't just give the ball to Jamal the entire game. You just can't do it. So We'll see. I've got my fingers crossed, though. I'd like to see them win against Miami and keep that 2-game lead, because I'm sure Pittsburgh's not going to win this week.
Well, it is a big game, and you can see now that we're surrounded by Aberdeen Eagle fans. Who's going to win this ball game? I think we're convinced that these folks think Aberdeen's going to come back and win this ball game. Right now, though, it's Edgewood winning by 20-6. We're going to take a break and come back with the beginning of the second half. Pat Skibeck, thanks so much for being with us.
You're welcome, Don.
We'll be back with you in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Michael Phelps. Help today's kids build a brighter future. Support the Boys and Girls Clubs of Harford County, the positive place for kids.
Well, we're back with you here as we get set to begin the second half of this game between the Edgewood Rams and the Aberdeen Eagles. It's the 2A East Region opener game, actually the semifinal. The winner tonight goes on to play. If it's Aberdeen, they play at home. If it's Edgewood, they go on the road, probably against Stephen Decatur. Right now, though, Mark Busminski, the score 20-6, the Edgewood Rams leading, built a 20-0 lead. The Eagles came back with that big touchdown pass from Henderson to Galloway of 28 yards. That could make the difference for Aberdeen.
Oh, definitely. And they need to start off hot here when they get the ball back and try to drive it down the field and score in order to stay in this game. Because the way Edgewood's moving the ball that's dictating how this game is going right now.
Well, we have some stats for you here. Trice for Edgewood, 16 carries, 102 yards. 42 yards for Ike Wright in 10 carries, and J.J. Jackson is 3 for 6 for 33 yards, and it has been all Edgewood in terms of the stats, except for that last drive by Aberdeen. Right now, the Eagles will be able to receive as we begin the second half, so Mark, it's not a genius statement to make. Aberdeen needs to score here. If they can, they'll be right back in the ball game.
Yeah.
As we see the man on your screen, and that's Aaron Henderson, the guy the Eagles are depending on to bring them back.
And they got to come off here with the big return. They got to try to get some great field position, because they haven't had that great a field position, and a short field would help them be to their benefit, definitely.
Squire's ready to kick off, and he'll meet the ball from the 40. It's coming down short. It'll be received and brought back by Aberdeen. Looks like that's Anthony Hill with the ball, number 16. Very short return. It'll put the ball down just about at the 30-yard line.
Anthony Hill returns Squire's kickoff.
Well, let's see what Aberdeen's going to come out with and try and do. And
10 yards. First and 10 Eagles.
Eagles went to the shotgun a lot in that latter part of the first half, but of course they were battling the clock. Let's see if they go back to their regular formations and try to play their game, or if they just try to open it up from here.
that's like their double slot formation, and where they're able to spread the field. And that thins out your defense, because it pulls people out of the middle of the field.
Henderson still with the ball. He's going to be hit from behind. Actually, no, he handed off to the up back. Good flake by Henderson. The up back, of course, is being Sean Lewis.
Setting up like a down option there for Aberdeen. They're just trying to use the fullback there, see if it'll set up the end and try to play that fullback honestly, try to sneak through there.
Of course, the only problem with that option is that quarterback gets pounded every time if he makes good fakes.
Yes.
So your reward is to get hammered.
And that's what makes it work.
Henderson being rushed. He's going to be hit and taken off his feet on a wonderful play, not to be denied, by Eric Lindblad, number 67.
Eric has good grip. He's one of those wrestlers from Edgewood, and he just he will not let go.
Boy, what a loss. All the way back to the 11-yard line. That's a loss of about 19 yards.
It would have been a good choice for Aaron just to throw that ball out of bounds.
They've got to get all the way up to the 39-yard line for a first down as the ball resting at the 11. That's about 3rd and 29 yards to go. That's a long, long way. Henderson throwing up the middle. He's got a man. He's open and missing the pass right through the hands of number 5, Philip Brown. Boy, Philip will see the replay of that, and he'll live with that the rest of his life, when the ball was right in his hands, but he could not bring it in. Beautiful pass by Henderson as he sprinted to his left, stopped and threw back to his right. Tough catch for Brown coming over his shoulder, but I know he thinks he should have had it.
Yeah, he was wide open, and there was just, the only thing in front of him was green grass. So if he catches that ball, it's a touchdown.
And Lewis will punt. He'll punt from his own end zone. High snap. He'll get it off. It's a short, wobbly punt. I'm not sure whether he touched it or not, but the recovery will be made by the Rams, and that's Marlon Lee. I'm not sure whether Lee touched it the first time or not, but he went back and covered it at the 48-yard line.
That still gives Edgewood a short field. You got 53 yards to move the ball down the field in order to score. So,
but a big break for Aberdeen as they had to punt the ball from their own end zone and get it all the way out to the 48 and almost recovered the fumble.
Right. That would have been a big break for them. They need a couple breaks to go their way.
Well, we've had a lot of excitement here already as we started the second half. Almost a touchdown pass for Aberdeen and then almost a big break for Aberdeen as Marlon Lee is able to recover that punt just about at the 47-yard line where the Rams will put the ball in play. Up by 20-6. 10 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third period. Same backfield for Edgewood. In motion is Lee. The handoff on the counter. That to Ike Wright, and Wright will cross the 50-yard line. Boy, that wing tee, so much deception. I guess defensively you just have to stay home.
Yeah, and Aberdeen's just over pursuing and allowing him to come back. Once you get your read to the play, that they'll give you an honest first step and an honest first read, and then they'll counter you and bring it back against the grain. And if you don't recover, have a couple recovery steps, the hole is opening up and allows those lanes to stay open.
Inside handoff. Short yardage. Struggling for yardage is Trice. He'll get down close to the first down, maybe a yard short. He's got to get to the 42. About 42 and a half for the first down. The ball resting now just inside the 44. 9 minutes, 13 seconds and counting left in the third period. 20-6 Edgewood. They led by 20-0 early. Aberdeen came back and had a touchdown pass close to the end of the first half to narrow it to that 14-point halftime deficit. And that's where we are.
Aberdeen needs a big stop here defensively to force Edgewood to punt the ball. And I think in this part of the field they may do it.
Split backfield for Edgewood. The give is to Trice. It's going to be close to the first down. Check it, it's Ike Wright, number 38, not 35. I think he's got the first down.
He's got the first down. That was a great play and
again,
direction.
Give credit to those line. Evan Faust, Eric Lindblad, Tim Halligan, B.J. Hines, and Nelson Ocasio for Edgewood. They have just done the job all night, Mark.
And that's key to this offense. If they maintain and continue to do that, they're going to keep eating up a lot of yardage on the ground and put the ball in the end zone and eat up a lot of clock.
The game plan by Fred Myers just being played out to perfection here tonight to maintain the ball possession, don't make a whole lot of mistakes.
That's right, and that's what the wing tee does. There's a lot of ball control here.
J.J. Jackson. Inside handoff, that's Wright. Wright's going to be hit and held. Looks like Manu Cooper, number 55, the first man on the hit, helped by Cam Stokes. His four-play drive started back at the 47-yard line of Edgewood. The Rams have now driven to the 40-yard line of the Eagles. Eating up the clock with 7 minutes and a half left here in the third period. If you just tuned in, this is the 2A East opening region game, the region semifinal. The winner goes on to play probably Stephen Decatur. If Aberdeen wins, they play at home. If Edgewood wins, they go on the road next Friday night. In motion is Wright. Looks like it's going to be delay of game, perhaps.
Yeah.
Delay of game against the Rams. 5-yard penalty.
That'll back them up 5 yards and make it second down and about 13 yards to go for the first down.
45-yard line.
We want to thank Matt Roberts and Rigor Mortis. Yeah, Rigor Mortis. You can call him Charles Mortis, but nobody would know who you're talking about. The athletic director and assistant athletic director here. Tom Zarensis, the principal here at Aberdeen. Coach Joe Harbert and all the folks at Aberdeen who make us welcome and give us a nice warm spot. Yeah. Announcing from this press box.
It's nice to be inside.
There's Kevin Riley in his shorts. Riley, the Aberdeen assistant coach. Jackson still with the football. He's going to keep it. Good tackle on the far side made by the linebacker, Carl Stokes.
That was a great play by Stokes. He was able to come inside out and get the good open field tackle on the quarterback there, keep him from gaining big yardage.
Stokes averages about 10 tackles a game. The 6'2", 220-pound senior, of course, two-way player. Stokes is the tailback as well as the linebacker. He and Henderson, two very, very tough, hard-hitting linebackers. Your quarterback and your tailback playing linebackers. Not exactly what always happens. Big third down play here.
Those are usually your best athletes.
Third down and 11. The inside handoff close to the first down. Squirting through there is Corey Trice. Now the big decision. You've got a fourth down, and a long two. What do you do, Mark Busminski?
They just do their game plan. I mean, I think Coach Myers is going to go for it here. He's been able to move the ball on this defense almost at will.
And that clock, Mark, running at 6:03 and now inside 6 minutes. Aberdeen had the ball for 3 plays and had to punt it away, and now Edgewood has had it since that point here in the second half. The inside handoff going to be close to the first down.
I don't think that he got it. Where they're spotting the ball, he didn't get it, and it's going to be Aberdeen ball.
Aberdeen doesn't think so, but let's let the officials say it now officially. Ike Wright is going to be stopped short. Aberdeen will take over at the 32.5-yard line. Let's make it to 33 for purposes of Charles Brungard, who does not have a 32.5 on his scoreboard. We'll put it at the 33-yard line. Boy, but you know, Edgewood, even though they didn't score, they ran off about, 6.5 minutes off that scoreboard clock.
And
actually,
that's
5.5.
That's crucial. And that's,
here's Henderson. Has a man that's going to be caught, but was he in bounds? Yes, they say he caught the ball. That's Philip Brown, who caught the ball right on the sideline at the 44-yard line.
And that was a good call by the official. He was right there on top of that. And I got a peek at where his foot landed. He landed in bounds there, and it was good catch. Passing catch by
Philip Brown.
Henderson to Philip Brown. That will get Philip's confidence back up also.
Yeah, Philip, who unfortunately for him had that pass that would have been a touchdown go through his hands. You're right. Philip made a great play, concentrating inbounds, keeping his feet in bounds.
And you got to pull your players back into the game.
There's Lindblad. The pass back is going to be short. Eric Lindblad has been a bane in the side of Aaron Henderson all game long. The Aberdeen fans won a penalty, but Lindblad really was a clean hit. Henderson went down
he just pulled
after
on
the pass
his leg
was away.
and he fell down. That was basically all that was.
Eric Lindblad, who sacked Henderson for a loss of about 19 yards on the last series. This time he came in and disrupted that little screen pass.
His quickness is just undeniable out there against some of these bigger offensive linemen. I mean, he just beats him off the ball.
5'9", 190-pound is Eric Lindblad, the senior. Second down 10. Henderson, the inside handoff. That's Stokes. Check and know it's Sean Lewis. Lewis on a 12-yard run right up the middle. 5 minutes, 27 seconds as the clock stops to reset the down markers. 20-6, Edgewood leads. They had that lead at the halftime. Mark, if Aberdeen can score here, they're right back in this ball game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They have to tighten up a little bit on defense and have their offense gain some momentum here.
High backfield behind Henderson. The pitch is to Stokes going around left side. He's got some blockers. Beautiful play made by the linebacker, Armin Nelson. Nelson single-handedly took on Stokes and knocked him down.
That was a great play. I mean, you thought that was going for a big gainer, but boy, Nelson came inside out and was able to stretch that play a little bit and make tackle for minimal gain.
Armin Nelson been a star on the fence all night long, as has been Eric Lindblad and Evan Faust. Armin Nelson, the 5'11", 180-pound senior for Edgewood. Second down, 5 yards to go. The pitch back, Willie. Willie's able to corral it. Gets away from one tackler, but is going to be hit and held as Marlon Lee slowed him down, number 28. And then a lot of those white-shirted Rams came along and made the tackle.
Yeah, and that's as a defensive coordinator, you want to see that gang tackling. You want to see everybody move, run to the ball, and see all the shirts go to the ball. That's what they coach them, and I know that's what Coach McDonald coaches down there at Edgewood, is to get those kids pursued directly to the ball.
Big loss of 3, make it third down, a long 9. Here's a big play for Aberdeen. 3 minutes, 48 seconds and counting left in the third. Henderson being rushed. Gets away from 2 tacklers, cuts it around the left side, but will not pick up the first down, and that'll bring up a fourth down, Mark. Now what do you do?
They gotta go for it, Don. I mean, they're down 2 scores, and they just got to. It's going to be fourth and about 5.
2 yards. It'll be 4th and 7.
Ball put down just about at the 42-yard line. They've got to get to the 35, so it'll be a fourth down and just about 7 yards to go for the first down.
Big play.
And it is a big play. Looks like the Eagles will go for it. What do you call here, Mark? What would you call if you were Coach Harbert?
I'd like to use my tight end in this situation and drag him right across the back. We'll see if he uses that.
Henderson, Lindblad being double teamed. Good block by Stokes. And now he throws the ball. It's going to be caught. Caught by Galloway. That's going to be very, very close. Eagle coaches are saying it is a first down. Let's see where they put the ball down. They've got to get right to the 35.
From up here, it looks a little short.
Boy, this is a big play right here, a big measurement. The down markers will come all the way from the far side of the field. They bring it over to see exactly whether it's a first down or not. If it's not, Edgewood will take over.
These 2 ladies that are with us this evening, they've been with the fall program, both Varsity and JV all year.
Big measurement, as you're going to see how close it is as they put it down. Here's the key. It's going to be, it looks like it's going to be a first down. First down for Aberdeen. First down by the nose of the ball.
I think there was a little coaching there, too.
Great pictures down there by Mino on the sideline. Good job, young man.
Yeah, he did a great job getting right in there and getting the measurement. He was right on top of that.
Well, Mino, last night, you were down at the at Maryland game. So was Mino, but Mino had a camera. He was shooting for ESPN last night.
Oh, well, that must have been, I hope he was in a truck.
No, he wasn't. He was in the end zone and very cold, he said. That's Henderson still with the ball. Stiff arms one man. Gets a good yard down to about the 26.
You talk about a big play, Don. That was a...
that measurement?
That kept the drive going.
Well, with
that's
3
a drive
minutes,
maker.
3 minutes left. Had the Rams taken over, they could have run out the clock in the third period and made it very, very tough for Aberdeen to come back. Big gain of 9 yards on first down by Henderson. Inside handoff. That's Lewis with the ball. Lewis will pick up the first down and more, and a flag goes down. Let's see what the flag is all about. That flag came in late.
And we have a late flag.
Looks like they're pointing at Edgewood. Now let's see what it could be. It's probably one of those personal foul. The call is holding.
That looks like holding.
Holding,
Edgewood.
defensive holding.
Defensive holding against Edgewood.
That's an unusual call after the play is over. Half the distance, they're going to take the ball inside the 10-yard line.
Somebody may have gotten frustrated and tackled a non-ball carrier there.
I guess it would be illegal use of the hands in some way.
Yeah.
They'll put the ball down at the 8-yard line. First and goal. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in this football game. Actually in the third period. Excuse me, Eagle fans. Didn't mean to get your hearts to stop there. A full period left after this 2:35 is done. Right now, Aberdeen threatening to try to come back within one touchdown. Inside handoff, Stokes keeps his feet. Finally hit just as he got close to the goal line.
That's what happens when you leave your feet. I mean, you have somebody, you want to try and keep his feet in contact with the ground so you can keep churning on field. He lost his feet and was driven backwards.
Looked like Corey Trice may have been the young man who hit him, number 35, as he got airborne.
That was a big hit by Trice.
Ball
he stopped his momentum.
At the 4-yard line mark, it's first down and goal. Actually, second down and goal. Phillip Brown flanked over here to the near side. Quarterback option, not going to work as Lindblad, that number 67 in there to make the tackle.
He came down tight real quick. He just, as soon as he read the play, he just made a sharp right-hand turn down the line of scrimmage and met Aaron, and Aaron had no place to go. That's Lindblad's speed getting down in there.
He has played one whale of a game, has Eric Lindblad. Only 5'9", 190 pounds, in there among the Giants. Here's a big play, third down.
Tough kid.
Ball just about at the 5-yard line, third and goal at the 5. Henderson going to be hit and tackled, taken off his feet. And is that Lindblad again? Yes, it is.
Lindblad's just getting in there. He's just causing havoc.
Along with Calvin Eliene. Big 13-play drive that started back at the Eagle 32-yard line, but right now it looks like it's stalling out on the 10-yard line.
That option looked like it was real slow developing, and our line was not real slow in sealing off that play. Big play right here.
He's got to go for the touchdown. There is no first down. He's got to score. Fourth down. Henderson throwing into the end zone. It's going to be caught. It looks like McVeigh. Ryan McVeigh with a touchdown catch.
What a big, gutsy call.
20-12 as Aberdeen comes up with the big plays. Great pass and a great catch by Ryan McVeigh, the 6'2", 215-pound senior. He now has 4 touchdown catches on the year. What a play.
Aaron showed a lot of poise there, just waiting for McVeigh to clear the linebacker there, and was able to get to an opening, and he just led him a little bit to get through.
All-important extra point coming up. No, it's going to be a fake. That's Galloway, and they've got the 2-point conversion as the ball goes to Stokes. Galloway to Stokes, and that makes it 20-14.
That's big. That is a big 2-point play.
Boy, what a great drive by Aberdeen. Saved by the measurement where the tip of the football gave them the first down on fourth down. And then fourth down and goal from the 10. It was Henderson hitting McVeigh, and then that beautiful Galloway to Stokes 2-point conversion. And we have a football game.
A great game.
With 3:27 left in the third.
And that's why it's so crucial for those extra points. I mean, a touchdown will tie it. An extra point will put them ahead.
I said 3:27. It's actually 32.7 seconds. Is that right, Mr. Charles? 32.7 seconds left. I'm missing my decimal point out there. I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. It's on. I see it's on the board here inside. Not on the scoreboard, but it's inside the press box. Yeah, now I see it. Martin with the kickoff. Now it's the Rams who have to come back. And taken down on a hard tackle is Ike Wright, as the Eagles now have regained the momentum, and they're the ones now with the big Mo on their side.
Yeah, Mother Mo has changed sides, Don. Edgewood's going to try and come back here. It's key for them to try and come back here.
Rams will take over on their own 23-yard line. They'll put the ball in play, 1st and 10. 26.5 seconds left in the third period, and then a whole fourth period to play. 20-14, what had been an Edgewood 20-0 lead, suddenly now just a 1-touchdown lead. There's the double reverse. Nelson with the football, trying to get around left end, does so, is going to be taken off his feet finally. Tackle made by Jamal McDonald.
Yeah, Aberdeen's contained man, this defensive end over here, really got caught inside on that. He's got to stay at home when he sees action flow away. He's got to get as deep as the ball and watch for anything coming back his way in a type 5-2 defense.
Great deception by Edgewood as Corey Trice took the ball around one side, and then coming back to get it was Nelson. And Nelson went around the left end and got good yardage at first down. As the third period comes to an end, 1 period is left in the football season for either Edgewood or Aberdeen. Boy, Mark Bosminski, and as dead as the Aberdeen fans were back early in the first half, they're that alive right now.
Yeah, they're definitely back in this game, and they, I think Aberdeen feeds off of that, and that will keep them in this game.
And we talked about Aaron Henderson was the big man who had to bring his team back, and he has certainly done that here in this third period as the Eagles score the only points of the third period. The 10-yard touchdown pass from Henderson to McVeigh with 32.7 seconds left in the first half, in the third period, I should say. That capped a 14-play, 68-yard drive for Aberdeen.
That was a great sustained drive by them. They were just able to move the ball down the field. And fourth and goal, gutsy call, and of course they had to go for it. It was a great call, great play by Aberdeen in order to get the touchdown.
That's Corey Trice. He's going to be hit and held. Very little gain, and that'll bring up a third down. Check it out, second down. Boy, you can just hear the noise. I hope you can hear that through our field microphones as we're panning the stands. You can see these Eagle fans have come to life here in the third period.
Yeah, they're back in this game.
Just over Edgewood's 35-yard line.
Ball at the 36-yard line of Edgewood. They began this drive at their own 33-yard line, actually at their own 23-yard line. In motion is Lee. Jackson to throw. Looking for someone, gets it off. It's going to be intercepted. That's Henderson. Henderson at the 45, at the 40, and across the 35-yard line. Aaron Henderson with the interception.
What a big play. Aaron went tall, took the ball at its highest point, and was able to make the big interception there and put Aberdeen in great field position at the Edgewood 34-yard line.
Henderson, the linebacker, just stood back there, watched Jackson's eyes, and as Jackson threw the ball, remember Henderson is 6'4", he went up all that 6'4" and then some and made the interception. Aberdeen's football down by 6 points, 11 minutes left here in this football game, ball at the 34. Henderson looking to throw, hemmed in, he's going to be taken down. Who else?
That's
Eric Lindblad.
Again. Boy, he just kept fighting through his block and got through it and just came down the line and made the sack.
Well, Eric Lindblad does not want to be playing his last football game. Being a senior, if they lose, that's the end of the season and the end of his career in high school. And you can tell that Lindblad says, yeah, Aberdeen may have the momentum, but we're going to take it right back from them. Loss on that play of about 8 yards, all the way back to the 42-yard line.
Big play by Edgewood defense.
Shotgun, Henderson has a man, that's Galloway. It's going to be almost intercepted. Good defensive play made in the backfield by Corey Trice. Trice would not be fooled. He stayed right back there with Galloway and knocked it down.
That was good coverage by the Rams. Trice and Nelson back there.
Of course, Nelson and Trice, two of the two-way young men playing, again, a whole lot of football tonight, conversing in that backfield. Here's a big play for Aberdeen. They could be in 4-down territory, but it's actually at the 42 of Edgewood. They've got to pick up, 18 yards for the first down. Henderson flips it back to Stokes. Stokes has a running room, but he's going to be short of the first down.
Well, that may change what they decide to do here on fourth down. I think Aberdeen may go for it here.
They're going to put the ball down at the 32.5 yard line.
It'll be 4th and 8.
Yeah, it'll be about 8 yards short.
4th and 8 for the Eagles.
course, Aberdeen doesn't want to waste this great situation that was put up by Henderson on the interception. Here's another one of those big plays. 4th down and 8 yards to go. They've got to get inside the 15-yard line, actually inside the 25-yard line. Shotgun formation. Henderson gets it off, has a man. It's going to be caught. That's caught by Galloway. It's going to be very, very close to a first down.
It's close.
I don't want to say we may have another one of those measurements depending on where they put the ball down. The officials giving it a long look, and they're going to call the chains in. Joe Harbert is not happy with the spot that his team got on that play.
We have official measurement.
Boy, we had one earlier in the 3rd period. This is going to be just as close, Mark.
It's a close measurement.
Beautiful pass by Henderson, rolling right, rolling to his left, throwing against his body. Galloway making the catch, trying to get the first down. They've got to get inside the 25 to almost the 24. Let's see, here's the measurement. It's going to be first down. First down, Aberdeen. More great pictures by Mino. Nice job down there. Mino Dargakis, our cameraman, doing the great job.
He does. No wonder
He
ESPN had him down there last night, didn't they?
We're going to give him a raise. Sandy Yeens, if you're listening, Mino needs a raise. In fact, let's give a raise to all the HCN guys.
That's correct.
Oh, Sandy's not going to be happy with me, but they just do such a wonderful job for us. First down and 10, the ball at the 24. Inside handoff. That's Lewis. Lewis has good yardage and a first down. Trice takes him down, but not before he picks up another first down.
Well, he's been running the ball hard tonight, and they need to just keep giving the ball to Lewis because he's getting about 7, 8 yards a pop.
Well, he's 6'4", 235 pounds. He averages 8.5 yards every time he touches the football as a fullback. 8 minutes, 52 seconds left. It's the Rams 2014, but Aberdeen threatening. Inside handoff, that's Lewis again. He's picked up and finally driven back after a gain of 2 or 3 on first down. What a football game. Boy, when it was 20-0 and the crowd was silent and it looked like Aberdeen was just about ready to give up the ghost, you knew that the Eagles were going to come back. They have just too much character to give up.
Yeah.
Brian Scott brings his team out, the big center, Cam Stokes, Theo Akins, Manu Cooper, and Stephen Maxwell across that front line for Aberdeen. Second down, 8 yards to go. Henderson keeps the ball. Boy, he just rode that fullback into the line and then took it out and got across the 10-yard line, just about down to about the 7-yard line. This 8-play drive began back on the 34-yard line of Aberdeen.
It's a gain of 2 yards. It's 3rd and a long 5 for the Eagles.
Third down, just about 5 yards to go for Aberdeen for a first down. Henderson pitches it back to Stokes. Cuts it inside. Touchdown.
Oh, what a
touchdown,
nice
Aberdeen. We have a tie game.
There. What a quick pitch. This is a new ball game, Don.
7 minutes, 33 seconds left in this game. It's now 20-20, and now for the all-important extra point attempt by Cody Martin. Cody Martin, who's made 25 of 37 this year so far, coming into this ball game. Ball is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. I don't know how that got through there. Looked like that ball was going to be blocked, but there is
definitely
a penalty. It's against Edgewood, personal foul. The kick will be good, and they'll mark it off on the kickoff.
The penalty will be marched off against Edgewood on the kickoff.
Wow, so the Eagles have taken the lead at 21-20 with 7 minutes and 33 seconds left in this game, and now the character test is for Edgewood.
That's right. Let's see. Edgewood's got to see what they're made of right here and decide to come back. There's a lot of time on that clock, and they remember what they've done the first half. They were able to move the ball straight down the field on them. So we're going to see who's got Mother Mo on their side, because It's a nip and tuck game right now, Don.
Boy, as much as Aberdeen was dominated in the first half, Aberdeen has taken over here in the second half. And it's, of course, Aaron Henderson. Here's a young man who makes the interception, gets his team in a good position, and then keeps his team marching and finally helps them each time. 21-20 our score. It's the Aberdeen Eagles leading, facing elimination, down 20-0. They have come back to take the lead. And now let's see what the Rams can do to extend their season for at least one more game.
Oh,
Ball falls off the tee, and they'll have to put it back up.
That wind's starting to kick up, Don.
It is a little bit. I'm looking at the flags. Can't see the flags, I'm told. Wind is blowing, though. We do know the wind is blowing. Charles, would you agree with that? Charles Brungard said the wind is blowing out there. Martin with a kickoff. Deep kick out of the end zone. Well, you can tell he's charged up as well.
That's a big kick right there, because that prevents Edgewood from doing a return and gives them 80 yards to go for the score.
Not only that, but the momentum, I mean, you can tell that Cody was just fired up. He kicked that ball all the way out of the end zone and hit the back line.
Yeah, that ball went 55 yards in the air. Great kick.
And now let's see what the Edgewood Rams can do as J.J. Jackson, the quarterback, and Corey Trice, the up back, and Ike Wright, the deep back. See if the Rams can get back up off the deck and go 80 yards and take the lead. Well, the Eagle fans now, you can hear them out there making the noise.
Yeah, and they're shaking this booth. And
that's Marlon Lee. Lee around the left side. He's got yardage. He's got Henderson to beat. Cuts it back outside, and finally Henderson takes him off his feet all the way down at the 37-yard line of Aberdeen.
Well, that really quieted the crowd down with a big run like that.
Marlon Lee with the run. Lee goes, let's see, that's 30 yards and another. They're going to put the ball down just inside the 50 at the 48-yard line. 32 yards on that first down run. Boy, Lee followed Evan Faust and Eric Lindblad around that left side and just kept going. He ran out of gas as Henderson came over and knocked him off his pins at the 48.
Moved him back. It looked like he must have stepped out of bounds there then.
Big play for Edgewood. In motion is Squires, inside handoff. That'll go to Ike Wright. Wright will get down to about the 45.
Up the middle for a short gain.
Inside 7 minutes now left here in this football game. 21-20, Aberdeen leading. They came all the way back from down 20-0. Scoring here once in the third period, once in the fourth period to take the lead after being down by 20-6 at the half. Second down, 7 yards to go. That's Lee with the ball. Lee's going to be hit and held.
Big tackle by Aaron. He was just doing like a little loop stunt to the outside. He kind of read the same play that they came back
Richard
with
Thornton also. Richard Thornton, number 7, along with Henderson. You're right.
Yeah, they converged very nicely on that play.
Big third down and 9 coming up for Edgewood.
Well, this is 4 down territory for the Rams, so we'll go for it and fourth down also.
Coming up to just about 6 minutes left here in the game. Rams looking to pick up the first down here, at least good yardage. Ike Wright flanked out here to the near side. Squires coming with him. Jackson with the ball. Jackson throws. It's going to be almost intercepted. Thornton again almost with the interception, and that'll bring up the fourth down.
Well, I thought they were going to throw a flag there because it looked like Edgewood set a pick there. And I was waiting for a flag to come out, but they didn't throw it.
5 minutes, 54 seconds left in this game. The clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Fourth down, a big fourth down play. I'm surprised that the Rams are going to punt the ball away. Could there be a fake coming up here?
Yeah, there could be. Let's see, because Squires can throw the ball. So
Squires back to punt. He will punt it away. It's going to be a bad punt off the side of his foot. It's going to roll down and take a bounce and finally fielded by Devron Galloway, and he goes out of bounds just about at the 30-yard line. Well, Mark Busminski, what goes into Fred Meyer's thought process where he decides to kick the ball away, needing a touchdown or a field goal to go ahead with only 5.5 minutes left?
Well, I don't know what Fred decided to do. Maybe he thought our defense could come up with a big stop here and get the ball back. So maybe he thought his defense is going to get the job done here, and we'll see.
Ball at the 34. Aberdeen, all they've got to do is run out the clock, and they'll advance. Lewis gains maybe 1 on first down.
This game is still far from over. There's a lot of time on that clock.
But Mark, as it goes without saying, Edgewood needs to come up with a big defensive stand, and their defense has not been able to do it here in the second half.
No, but they've been able to do it all year, and they're just being tested right now, and this is going to test their character even more right here. Let's see what they can do.
Second down, long 7 to go. Henderson keeps the ball. He's got the first down, and more as he stays on his feet and finally is taken off his feet near the 50-yard line. Boy, Mark, Aberdeen has so many weapons. You stop Stokes, you stop Lewis. Henderson can either pass or run. Just awfully, awfully difficult to stop them.
Yeah, he just read that play right up the gut. He saw a little hole, like a little delayed draw for the quarterback. That was seemed like that was a called play. So they were able to make a big play out of that.
Henderson is the kind of kid that doesn't look like he's running fast and doesn't look like he has a whole lot of power. He likes to stop and stutter step, but he's just so hard to take down. When you look at his size, 6'4", 225 pounds, that's a load.
Yeah, he is very big for a quarterback and a linebacker, and he's got like we said, all the tools to go to that next level and be very successful.
Next level being the University of Maryland. He's already signed to go to Maryland, and Coach Ralph Regin says he'll give him a shot at playing quarterback. Henderson pitches it. That's Stokes around the right side. He's going to clear the 50-yard line, get into Edgewood territory. Stokes, the big running back for Aberdeen, 506 yards, 6.2 yards per carry. He's got 8 touchdowns but coming into this ball game, and then, as you know, scored that big touchdown just a few moments ago that put his team tied at 20-20. And then Cody Martin with the extra point to make it 21-20. Mark, don't forget that big pass play from Galloway to Stokes that gave Aberdeen the 2-point conversion.
Oh yeah,
that is a big one.
That is a big play, and I knew that was gonna.
There's Stokes. He could go. Finally taken off his feet on a saving tackle by Corey Trice, but not until he gets to the 25-yard line.
Boy, he's running hard. He's tough to big down. What a big backfield Aberdeen has.
Yeah.
I mean, they're averaging
220 pounds.
220, 225 pounds in that entire backfield, including their quarterback.
And then you've got Avery Willie you can bring in, who's much smaller, but is the scat back, the sort of change of pace runner.
Yeah, and he really brought that change of pace to Havre de Grace last week.
21-20 the lead by Aberdeen. They're driving, 3 minutes, 34 seconds left in this football game. There's Stokes again. This time he's going to be hit and held. Lindblad on the tackle, along with Calvin Allende. Clock running, though. The clock
Good
now
surge.
is the friend of Aberdeen.
Edgewood was able to come up with a big stop. They were able to cause a loss of yardage on that.
But right now the clock is becoming the enemy of Edgewood. 3 minutes, now inside 3 minutes left in the game. If Aberdeen can get one more first down, this game could be over.
Yeah, they'll just milk the clock out. But Edgewood's got some timeouts to use too, so they got to try and move the ball down the field.
Looks like a delay call.
And that stops the clock.
Yeah, 2:42.
That's
You're right.
Benefit. That benefits Edgewood there. That gives them time to regroup, and Aberdeen's got to come up and make the big play here.
I believe the clock will not start until it's snapped now, so
yeah,
Aberdeen won't be able to take time off the clock. You're right, that's like a timeout for Edgewood, a free timeout. Second down, 12 yards to go. Actually, now second down, 17 yards to go with the penalty. Henderson pitches it to Stokes. Stokes has got a lot of room. Good blocking in front. He'll be taken off his feet by Trice, but not before he gets just about to the 18-yard line. That'll be short of the first down.
This is 4-down territory down here.
Rams take their first time out with 2:31 left.
And they needed to with that type of gain.
This will bring up a third down. Third down, just about 4 yards to go for the first.
Long 3 for the Eagles. That was a 15-yard run by Carl Stokes.
Ball inside the 20-yard line at the 19. They've got to get to the 16 for the first down. Now, as you said, this is 4-down territory, so even if they don't get it on third down, Mark, it does them no good to go for a field goal. They will probably go ahead and go for the first down.
Right, because once they get, Edgewood will probably they'll call an immediate timeout again after the play's down. So,
with 7 minutes remaining in the game at Havre de Grace 38, Elkton 13.
2:31 left in our game, 21-20. You probably heard on our field mic that Havre de Grace is doing a good job against Elkton, recovering from that loss last week against Aberdeen. They'll advance. I think I heard a score earlier that Joppatown is also leading, they'll advance as well.
They're leading big, yeah.
We haven't heard anything from Bel Air. There's the pitch back to Stokes. Stokes is going to be hit, but I think is going to pick up the first down.
He's got the first down.
Beautiful running. Jermaine Rawlings finally knocked him down, but not until he crossed the 15-yard line for a first down. With 2:24, Edgewood will take another timeout. Actually, they'll stop the clock as they reset the markers.
First and 10 Aberdeen on the Edgewood.
And now they wind the clock with 2:20, an inside 2:20 left in the game now. Right now, the Rams, Mark, need a miracle. A fumble, pick the ball up, run it the other way.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. I mean,
what a comeback by
this
Aberdeen.
Game isn't over until you got 3 zeros up there, so you got to play till it is.
Flag goes down.
That's just like another. That's like another
illegal procedure called
timeout
against the Eagles. That'll back them up 5 and stop the clock at 1:57. These two penalties, I'm sure Joe Harbord not happy with his team in making these silly penalties. One letting the clock expire on their delay of game, and now having an illegal procedure stopping the clock.
Legal procedure against the Eagles.
Coach Harbor's calling the timeout here to gather his troops and, just go over the game plan from here on out with 1:57 left. And this is good timeout by Coach Harbor to use to get his kids all on the same page.
For the last 3 times these two teams have played, once here last year, last game of the season, won by Edgewood to win the county title, and then earlier in the year, 26-22, losing to Aberdeen, and now this ball game. 3 great ball games. 1:57 left in this game, 21-20. You just heard the announcement that Dave Clark is making, that if Aberdeen wins, they'll be right here. Stephen Decatur probably coming here, or James M. Bennett, whoever won that ball game. If Edgewood comes back and win, then they would travel to the Eastern Shore. Right now, unless Edgewood gets the miracle of miracles, it looks like the Eagles will squeak out a win, 21-20. 1:57 left. Henderson still with the football. Going to be close to the first down. I think he may have it.
No, he's not.
No,
he's
excuse
not
me.
close.
I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong down marker. He'll get right back to the original line of scrimmage.
So it's still going to be about second down and 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Inside Edgewood's 15-yard line.
Second down, 1:47 left here in the game. 21-20, the lead for Aberdeen. Well, if you just tuned in, shame on you. What a ball game. 20-0 Edgewood led in the first half. Aberdeen came back and scored that all-important touchdown right at the end of the first half, made it 26. They've come back and scored twice in the second half to take the lead, 21-20.
Yeah, they Aberdeen showed a lot of character and just and composure and just maintaining and not panicking and just settling down. I think they had a lot of nerves at the beginning of the game, and they really settled down into it and were able to mount a couple good drives.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Henderson pitches it back. Stokes, he's going to be hemmed in, still on his feet, but is going to be taken down now. A loss all the way back to the 20-yard line.
And Edgewood uses their last timeout.
Edgewood has now just used their final timeout of the second half.
So Edgewood
1
will
minute,
probably get
37
the ball back.
seconds. Unless the Eagles can come up with a first down here.
It'll be third down and 15 for the Eagles.
Third down and 15 yards to go for Aberdeen. Again, still two-down territory. And with the Rams not able to stop the clock, Mark, they're going to run off at least 60 seconds, at least a minute. So if Edgewood gets the ball back, they would get it back with just about 30 seconds left in the game. (21-20) our score. It's Aberdeen leading by a point, coming all the way back from a 20-0 deficit in the first half. The clock will start with the snap of the ball. Henderson to throw. Now this is a surprise. Throwing the ball, it's caught by Galloway. Galloway down at the 5-yard line, short of the first down.
This is a manageable fourth and about 1, so it's manageable to do here. And once they get it, if they get the first down, it's just going to be
clock running with 1:15. Boy, I tell you though, the guts of a burglar. I would not have thrown the football. I am too conservative. Had that ball been picked off, you've got nothing but green in front of you.
Yeah, and especially if it was an incomplete pass, that would have stopped the clock.
Well, that's true too.
And I would have definitely ran the ball out.
Timeout for the Eagles. But you see, that's the difference. Aaron Henderson has great confidence in himself, and Joe Harbert has ultimate confidence in Aaron. And Aaron knew that if there was any chance of an interception, he was going to throw the ball away.
Right. And I know Coach Harbert doesn't want to put the ball back in Edgewood's hand because of their speed. And they can just break it in one play. And one play will do it with this amount of time. One play will end the game.
58.7 seconds left. Now, of course, there is the possibility if you could get within, let's say, the 20-yard line, you could kick a field goal. And if you kick the field goal, you could win it 23-21. Right now, though, it looks very, very dark for Edgewood as their 6-3 season looks like they'll probably go to 6-4, and their season will come to an end. Whereas Aberdeen, they'll go to 9-1, and their season will continue again here at home tomorrow night. I should say next Friday night. And if they could win next Friday night, they'll be home again the following Friday night.
Yeah, and then after that, it would be at the M&T Bank Stadium if they win out.
That's where the Ravens play, in case you wondered. Handoff. I don't know. I don't believe he made it.
And that leaves Edgewood a lot of time. Edgewood's going to take over.
With 53.6 seconds left, Edgewood will get the ball back. Beautiful defensive stand made by Edgewood, and so they have one last chance, but they are 95 yards away from pay dirt. Yeah, the field goal is a possibility. That would be the one play if they could get within, let's say, the 20-yard line. Right now, though, the Rams need to eat up a lot of yards, and really that's not their game, picking up big yards at one time.
Well, they're capable of doing that, Don, and they have something in their back pocket here that can gain up those big chunks.
Well, it's everything we wanted. We wanted to come right down to the end, and that's where we are at 21-20. J.J. Jackson, he'll throw from his end zone, but wait a minute, a flag goes down. Aberdeen clapping their hands like it's going to be against Edgewood. And that's exactly what it is. It looks like maybe illegal procedure. That'll be half the distance back to the 2.5. And now instead of having to go 95 yards, they've got to go 98.5 yards or 97.5 yards. That's a long way, Mark.
Yeah, definitely.
In 51 seconds.
It's possible, though.
It is possible.
Don't count anything out.
Well, here we go. J.J. Jackson. This time he'll come up under center to take the snap. He's going to hand off. The handoff goes to Squires. Squires looking for out of bounds, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds by Willie Avery, by Avery Willie, I should say.
It's like he lost yardage.
He's going to go back just about at the 1 yard line.
He's forced out of bounds to the 1 yard line.
You know, you question that call, but you think if you are the Eagles that he's going to be passing, you give the ball, and if he breaks it around that left side, he can go a lot of yards.
Yeah.
They're going to say backfield in motion against Edgewood.
Backfield in motion.
I think that penalty is going to be declined, so it'll bring up a... No, it is declined. It'll bring up a second down. Second down and about 14 yards to go for a first down.
First down now at the Edgewood 1 yard line. Second down. Second down for the Rams. And 15 yards.
43 seconds left in this football game. Close to a safety, and it is a safety. A safety for the Aberdeen Eagles. The second week in a row they've had a safety. As tackled in the backfield is J.J. Jackson.
The fumble was picked up by Jackson, and he was immediately tackled in the end zone for the safety.
That'll make the score 23-20.
Kick from their own 20. Edgewood kicks off either by kicking off or punting at their own 20.
Now 37 seconds left. Mark, that could work in Edgewood's favor because if Edgewood could kick the ball and Aberdeen would fumble, they could gain about 70 yards on that play.
Yes.
But I'm watching Joe Harbert. He's telling his team, do not touch the ball. Now, if they punt it, of course, you don't have to down it. If they kick it off, you do have to pick the ball up.
Right.
So they'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line.
Their last time out of the second half.
He's going to put his good hands team out there, too. The kids with hands that can catch the ball. And
23-20.
Use their timeouts.
The lead by Aberdeen. No timeouts left for either team.
In the end zone was credited to Willis Boykin.
They give Willis Boykin tackle credit in the end zone as Jackson looked like he fumbled the ball, and before he could pick it up, he was tackled in the end zone.
Yeah, that was a fumbled snap and a miscue between the quarterback and center, and Aberdeen was able to pounce on it in the end zone, capitalize or make the tackle on it in the end zone for the safety.
Very, very disappointing for Edgewood, obviously, when they went up 20-0. Looked like that they were in shape to go ahead and win this ball game going away. But Aberdeen give them all the credit. You know, they could have folded the 10 and said, hey, this is over, you know. We just didn't have the game tonight. But they came all the way back and took the lead here midway of the fourth period.
You see an onside kick here. And
Edgewood will kick off from their own 20-yard line.
Now with a kickoff, that means that Aberdeen does have to field the ball. Squires will kick it off. And that's what he does. It's a little pooch kick. Aberdeen will fall on it. They have the ball, and that will just about bring the game to an end as Jonas Alford fields the ball at his own, or I should say at Edgewood's 41-yard line. Jonas Alford, the 5'9", 170-pound senior, that's a dream for him to be able to catch the ball.
yeah, that was a big play right there.
35 seconds left, and now unless there is the miracle of all miracles, it is going to be Aberdeen winning the football game.
They'll just take a knee right here and let the clock run out. And, you know, Aberdeen's just so great composure. And I think Edgewood was satisfied at the end of the half. They had some time, and they were moving the ball down the field, and they had an opportunity to score. I was just kind of surprised that they sat on it.
Henderson goes down to his knee.
Aaron Henderson has some words for Marlon Lee, and
Probably be the last play of the game.
They may have to snap the ball one more time. I'm not sure. It could be the last play of the game.
That will be the last play.
Aberdeen Eagles will win this football game 23-20. They'll advance to the second round of the regional playoffs. They'll play here at home next week against either Stephen Decatur or James M. Bennett, right here on the Eagle Field. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and the Eagles have won this football game by a final of 23-20, coming all the way back from a 20-0 deficit to win the opening round of this region tournament. Mark Lesminski, what can you say about the character of the Aberdeen Eagles?
They showed a lot of poise, and they never panicked, and give them a lot of credit for just putting together a game plan in the second half. That's why you play two halves of football, Don, and I think they had a little bit of nerves in the first half, and they just showed great poise and able to come back and put up the points that they needed to have in the second half to pull out their victory here. Great job by the staff at Aberdeen High School, and don't take anything away from away from Edgewood. Give them great credit.
Well, a great win for Aberdeen, and they'll advance now to play in the second round of the regions. Edgewood's season will come to an end at 6-4, a valiant effort by the Edgewood Rams. They come here to Aberdeen, heavy underdogs. They go up by 20-0, only to see the talented Aberdeen team come back and win the ball game by 23-20. Eagles now 9-1. They'll host the region finals right here at Aberdeen next Friday night against either Stephen Decatur or James M. Bennett. Edgewood season comes to a tough end, but they've got nothing to be embarrassed about. What a football game from Aberdeen. Final score, Aberdeen 23, Edgewood 20. We'll come back with post-game activities in just a moment.
Noise. There's more of it in your life than you think. And too much of it can cause permanent hearing loss. So keep an eye on your ears and visit ASHA.org, the American Speech Language Hearing Association.
Well, we're just moments after an exciting football game won by the Aberdeen Eagles by a final score of 23-20 here at Aberdeen, and they live to fight another day. They'll be playing at home again next Friday night in the finals of the North of the East region in the 2A division. I have two of the stars in the ball game with me. To my right, Sean Lewis, number 32, and to my left, Carl Stokes, number 33. Sean, let me start with you. 20-0, that was a tough hole to come out of.
Yes, it was. We was a little shaky at first, getting a little nervous, but at halftime we came in, got our heads together, and we came out strong.
How important, Carl, was that touchdown at the end of the first half?
Man, that was a touchdown at the top of the game, so I just did what I had to do, execute and stuff, and score. That's it.
It was a wonderful game. I mean, when you were down 20-0, it would have been easy for you to say, hey, it's not our night. Let's just fold the tent and forget it. But you had to carry it deep down and win this ball game.
Yeah, we had the heart, we had the blessings and stuff. Everybody believed and stuff. We executed and we won.
Right.
So that's it. It's just the Lord, though. That's what I blame.
Well, the Lord had a lot to do with this, and you guys had a lot to do with it as well. Now, playing next week, I know you're winning tonight and you're thinking about tonight, but you're going to play against either Decatur or Bennett here on your home field. How important is that?
That's a big game. Coach is telling us that we got 12 quarters left, 3 games left, basically, to go to be in the state championship game. That's all we've been thinking about.
You came out tonight. It looked a little flat. It looked like the emotion, even in the stands, wasn't very high. Edgewood took it to you at first. Did you have anything that you can put your finger on that maybe you caused that?
I don't know. People just didn't wake up yet, and I guess that had time. Everybody just sat down, thought about it, forgot what we got to do, and we just executed and stuff, like I said. So, but it was a good game, though. They played hard, and I give it up to them, though. So, yeah, sad to see them go.
Edgewood, of course, your neighborhood rival. You beat Haverty Grace last week, and now you beat Edgewood this week. That's a pretty good deal, back-to-back, Haverty Grace and Edgewood.
Yeah, it is. It's real big. So.
And now you go to the state playoffs, actually to the region finals next week. You win there, you go to the state semifinals, and then the state championship. That would be great.
Yes, it would be great. We happy about it. We just been happy. What else can I say?
Well, it was a wonderful comeback, a game that you guys were tested. Edgewood gave you all you could handle. Lindblad, the entire team from Edgewood did a nice job, but Aberdeen came out on top.
Yeah, I did. So big ups to Edgewood, though. They played hard and stuff, so that's all that matters and stuff. We won, though.
Wonderful ball game. Congratulations to both Carl Stokes and to Sean Lewis. Now go in with your teammates and enjoy this win.
All right, thank you, sir.
Nice job. Great job.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Now I have my partner coming in here with me. Oh, there you are. Gosh, you surprised me there. There you go. My partner, Mark Busminski. Mark, just a great ball game. Edgewood taking the lead by 20-0. You know, if you're looking at it realistically, you say, well, it's not Aberdeen's night, but you had faith all along that Aberdeen could come back.
Well, Aberdeen has the big play in them, and they just, I think they regrouped and refocused in the second half. There's 2 halves of a ball game, and the game's not over until you got 3 zeros up there, and it's the 4th quarter. So Aberdeen showed tremendous poise and confidence in coming out. They never panicked. I think they shook off the nerves in the end of the second quarter and was able to come back and get that big score. They almost had 2 big scores, another big score there at the end, and but they came out in the second half and just dominated the second half. But hats off to Edgewood with a great performance and a super job by them.
Let's talk about the Edgewood Rams and talk about the ball game in general. First of all, the scoring, let's review it. Corey Trice scored the first touchdown at 9:40 of the first period, capping a long drive of 58 yards, 1-yard plunge, made it 6-0. The run failed, and then Edgewood came back and scored right at the end of the first period. It was an 8-play drive, 75 yards, again a 6-yard run by Corey Trice. The pass for 2 also failed. That was 12-0 at that point. Then later in that first half, in the second period, it was a 19-yard Marlon Lee run at 6:31 left. The 2-point conversion, Jackson to Lee, that made it 20-0, and at that point it looks like it was all Rams. However, Aberdeen took over the ball on their 27-yard line, and in 7 plays, they went 63 yards. It was a Henderson to Galloway 28-yard touchdown pass at 1:12, and that made it 20-6. And then in the second half, with 32.7 seconds left in the third period, it was a 10-yard pass from Henderson to McVeigh, a Galloway to Stokes 2-point conversion. That made it 20-14. And then the winning touchdown, 7:33 left in the game. It was a 7-yard run by that young man you met, Mr. Stokes, and that made it 20-20. Cody Martin added the extra point, made it 21-20, and then the safety, 23-20, and that was the end of the ball game. What a game!
It was a great game, and both teams, you can tell this was both teams are playoff caliber teams, and it's too bad one team had to go away here with the loss.
Yeah, we really want to thank the Hartford Cable Network for allowing us to do this bonus game, this regional playoff game, and we certainly hope that we can do a couple of more games. Hopefully it'll be teams in the state championship that we can do.
Yeah, and we have a lot of teams out there because they sound like they were winning nearly close to the end of the game, so maybe we can get a couple more, 3 teams heading to the next round and possibly in the state playoff finals.
We know Joppatown looks like they're a winner over Loch Raven, Haverty Grace a winner over Elkton. We don't know about Bel Air. We do know that Aberdeen defeats Edgewood, and so we've got at least 3 teams in the playoffs and possibly 4 left for the second round.
That's great. I mean, that's great for Hartford County, and it gives us great exposure throughout the entire state with our prowess of the quality teams that we have in Hartford County as far as football goes.
Mark Busminski, great job again as always. Thanks for your expert commentary. You really make it a pleasure to be here at Aberdeen and throughout the season.
Well, thank you, Don. It's a great pleasure to do this. And we got to remember one thing. This is all for the kids and give them the exposure. And the kids deserve the credit here.
Sure do. Nice cap, by the way. Mountaineers.
Yes, go Mountaineers, beat Pitt in the backyard brawl this Saturday.
Yeah, what was that final Maryland score again this year?
That
you
seems
forget.
to
You forget. I thought so. 27-17. Yeah, well, thank you. I think he remembers that. But anyhow, congratulations to the Aberdeen Eagles. A wonderful win, 23-20 tonight. Congratulations to Edgewood. What a ball game for them. They took it to Aberdeen and gave them all they could want. But Aberdeen now will advance. They'll play next week. And so we hope to see you again before this season is over. For my partner, Mark Busminski, I'm Don Morrison. Thanks, everyone, and good night.
Positive yardage.
Ben Cottingham to the near side. It's a pitch out. Coming around the right side. Good yardage. That's Corey Trice. Trice is going to take it for another.
Yeah, they're moving the ball right down the field.
Same backfield deployment, split backfield. That's the give to Trice, and he's in for the touchdown, almost untouched. Second down, 9 yards to go. Jackson still with the ball, back to throw. Looking, has a man. It's going to be complete. The big tight end makes the catch. 2 seconds, 1 second. They do get it off. The pitch coming around right in is Trice. Trice looking for the touchdown, cuts it back in, and he has the touchdown. That's Willie in motion. Henderson pitches it to Willie, and now the fumble. Willie can't pick the ball up. Remember last week how the ball was bouncing to Willie. Second down, 11 yards to go. There's that inside handoff again. Going for close to a touchdown, and getting in for the touchdown is Henderson. Throwing the ball, has his man. That's going to be complete to Sean Lewis.
Big time player, and he can make those big time plays.
Looking for the throw, looking for the touchdown. Has it. That's McVeigh, or check it. That's Galloway. In motion is Squires. Jackson looking to throw to the end zone, unleashes it. That's Squires. It's going to be intercepted by Devron Galloway right at the goal line, and that's how that first half will end. That's a long, long way. Henderson throwing up the middle. He's got a man. He's open and missing the pass right through the hands. He's got to go for the touchdown. There is no first down. He's got to score. Fourth down. Henderson throwing into the end zone. It's going to be caught. Caught. It looks like McVeigh. Ryan McVeigh with the touchdown catch. Extra point coming up. No, it's going to be a fake. That's Galloway, and they've got the two-point conversion. In motion is Lee. Jackson to throw, looking for someone, gets it off. It's going to be intercepted. That's Henderson. Henderson at the 45, at the 40, and across the 35-yard line. Aaron Henderson with the interception. Shotgun formation. Henderson gets it off, has a man. It's going to be caught. That's caught by Galloway. It's going to be Henderson pitches it back to Stokes, cuts it inside, touchdown!
Oh, what a
touchdown,
big, what a nice
Aberdeen. We have a tie game.
Oh yeah,
that is a big one.
That is a big play, and I knew that was gonna.
There's Stokes. He could go. Finally taken off his feet on a saving tackle by Corey Trice. 43 seconds left in this football game. Close to a safety, and it is a safety. A safety for the Aberdeen Eagles. The second week in a row they've had a safety.
You've been watching the HCN Sports presentation of the High School Game of the Week, showcasing the finest in local prep sports from around the county. Brought to you by Harford Cable Network, your county connection.